713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
The Morning Magazine is the show that has Houston talking. Houston talking.
I'm Paris Eley, inviting you to join us on The Morning Magazine from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on KCOH. The Morning Magazine, where we choose to keep news stories factual, commentary informative, and conversations productive. As you might guess, it's a work in progress. Tune in and see for yourself. You're invited to join us with your thoughtful analyses and considered opinions as well on topics meant to address community needs and solve our common problems. Join me on The Morning Magazine.
The Morning Magazine with Paris Eley. Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 a.m. on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
Remember when $100 filled a grocery cart? Today, it barely gets you started. If you're retired or planning to retire soon, you may be concerned about how inflation could impact your future income. Inflation doesn't retire when you do. Everyday necessities continues to rise. The question is, will your retirement income keep pace? You may have spent decades building retirement savings, but retirement isn't just about what you've accumulated. It's about what you can spend. Inflation can impact purchasing power and create challenges for retirees living on fixed incomes. At Advanced Wealth and Retirement Planning Concepts, we help individuals evaluate retirement income strategies and explore options that may help support their financial goals. Call today for your complimentary retirement income review.
Retirement doesn't come with a do-over. Whether retirement is around the corner or already here, now is a great time to review your plan. Schedule your complimentary retirement strategy session today by calling 832-402-8367. Investment advisory strategies offered through TLG Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. No tax or legal advisement.
All right, we are The Source. We're back here with you. Good morning, everybody. Remember, we are on YouTube, 1230, The Source. You join us here. Got special guests this morning. And also, you can join us online. The Source, KCOH, 1230. Yeah, online. So you choose one of those paths, and we are all over. We are all over the web. So you join us right here this morning. Okay, special morning. It's Thursday. That means community chat. And, of course, it's also one of those days where we like to talk about our health. We like to talk about our spiritual, our mental well-being, and we often have people from the medical professions, the healing arts, the healing professions to come by, and we also talk about the complexities of facing illness as a caretaker and how these things affect us too. But we find that overall, I think we mostly agree with one another that one of the better things to do is to avoid illness if you can. And one of the things that can help you avoid that is food, the things that we eat, our diet. And I'm not talking about the array of things with different names that you find in packaged boxes and all of those things. Here to help me explain it and understand it is Dr. Bobby. I'm with Dr. Bobby this morning. Now, Dr. Bobby comes courtesy of our friend Kerry Lewis. He's got a connection to the station. Dr. Bobby has a connection to the station through Kerry Lewis, and we always are listening for people who can come and add to our store of knowledge. Dr. Bobby, welcome to you this morning, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Whoa, man, you should be over here on the microphone, not me. Not me. I can't call myself a host with a voice like you got in the room. Yes, indeed. So,
thank you.
Yeah, man. Listen, so we welcome you here. And we know that you and Kerry grew up together.
Yes.
And for years, you guys have been friends. And he had spoken to me about you, you know. And as it worked out, this happened to be the perfect time to do it for both of us, right?
Right.
Yeah. Listen, so a little about what we do over here. We like talking about things that help complete our people. We like to talk about, I guess you could call it, we like to speak holistically. Right. We like to talk about a lot of different things. And you are a naturopath.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you deal with health problems ranging from arthritis to ADD to diabetes, blood pressure, all of these things. Right?
Right.
Well, our audience is from the boomer generation. I guess that automatically gives you some idea of what kind of maladies afflict us here. As a matter of fact, turn your radio up so you can hear what we're talking about, and get your pencils out.
Exactly.
Get your pencils out. Well, you're not that bad, all of you. So you guys got pens in the house. Get your information out. And we want to say good morning to all of you, and we do take you seriously, as you know, and you're always welcome here. We're going to talk about holistic health. Explain to us, please. Shout out, and if you want to shout out to your mom, because I know you come from a family of this.
Yes.
You know. So how did you get into this?
Yeah. Speaking of my mom, when I believe it was sometime in middle school, so anywhere between ages of 11 and 13, my mother became a naturopath. And I clearly remember for my brother and my sister, my siblings, even my dad, things changed in the house. And it started with food. I remember my mom coming home and going in the pantry and gutting the pantry out from certain things that we were eating. And at the time, I didn't really understand it, but looking back on it now, I'm glad she made those changes for us. It only made me and my siblings healthier for those changes. And as I grew older, this affinity to natural medicine and holistic health just drew me closer and closer through my life experiences. And at some point, maybe 5-6 years ago, I decided to make the career change and do this because I'm passionate about it. So my mother, she's the founder of Houston Holistic Health Clinic. She still practices till this day. I'm a practitioner there as well. So shout out to my mom, Dr. Gracie. She's been doing this in Houston for over 20 years. And she really specialized in women's health at the beginning. Helping women conceive due to fibroids, endometriosis, a number of things, infertility for the most part, because she had her own struggles herself, even with me. So she had that passion due to her own experience through life and struggles of pregnancies and things like that. So I started looking into this even more, and I started realizing that I care about this, and I see how the system is failing us in this country, and many of us are getting sicker and sicker, and we have no answers and reasons as to why.
Well, let's then get the full definition of a naturopath.
Yes.
Is that the right term, naturopath?
Yes, naturopath.
So this is more than vegetarianism, right?
Exactly.
You defined it for us. What does the naturopathic doctor do?
So naturopathy means that we are using natural modalities to instill health, where we focus on lifestyle, nutrition, mind, body, and spirit, in those areas to have optimal health. So we're unlike medical, where you're really just learning. You're learning those things as well, but it's more so we're not addressing the symptom. Our goal is to get to the root cause, and using various ways to address that root cause via lifestyle, nutrition, the food we eat, the air we breathe, pretty much the foundations of health, which I'll go over that at some point as we discuss further.
Sure, as you please, right? When you say modalities, and you mentioned, are you saying that sometimes you treat the mind, sometimes you use medicines of any kind? Do you prescribe medicines?
Absolutely.
Was it all herbal or supplemental? What happens?
Yes, herbal and supplemental. So as far as like pharmaceutical, no, not at all.
Okay.
But scientifically backed herbal supplements, and supplements themselves are typically what we use to bridge individuals if there are deficiencies that are occurring. So yeah, absolutely. That would be a part of our modality. But under the umbrella of naturopathy, you've got different areas where you've heard of acupuncturists.
I've used as acupuncture.
Right. You can do acupressure. There's many different modalities. We don't do acupuncture. Our goal is to we use non-invasive lab testing to understand what someone is really struggling with. So, for example, one of the most common tests we do is a hair analysis, where we take a sample of hair from the back of your head, and the lab will check for heavy metals, such as aluminum, arsenic, mercury, lead, and it'll also look at certain elements and minerals, such as magnesium, calcium, selenium, chromium. And it reveals whether the person has a burden of heavy metal toxicity, which can cause various health issues, especially living in Houston and Texas, where we're exposed to many heavy metals via inhalation as well. But then also, for example, you could be deficient of magnesium, and it would show in that test. And it can also show whether you're metabolizing these minerals as well. So sometimes you can get enough of a certain mineral, but your body's not processing it. So that test is very helpful in understanding where someone is at and if deficiencies are driving their core symptoms.
How do you treat someone if they are already seeing a doctor, but the pharmaceuticals leave them feeling listless, and they're trying to make a transition, let us say,
Right.
to get off the meds,
Right.
What happens with that? How does a person, and what's at risk, if anything, for a person like that? How do you have that conversation?
That's an excellent question. So first of all, they wouldn't reduce or just abruptly stop their medication. That has to be approved by their physician that prescribed those medications. We would never tell an individual to reduce or cut their medication. Our goal is to identify what you're taking that medication for. So, for example, let's use a statin. Let's say someone's on a statin for high cholesterol. So if their cholesterol goes down, then their doctor that prescribed that statin will most likely either reduce or inevitably get them off the statin. So our goal is to reduce their cholesterol via lifestyle nutrition. So if we were to talk about nutrition, we would go over what they're eating. See if they're eating the right foods. Are they eating at the right time of the day? Most of the time, that's not really occurring. And most people are trying to eat healthy, but there's so much disinformation out there. You don't know where to go, especially if you're on social media. You can see one post saying that this fruit or vegetable is terrific for you. Then the next day you'll hear someone say this is terrible. So a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know where to go. And that's where we help guide them and tell them, these foods are great for you, these foods aren't. And typically it ends up in us directing them towards an anti-inflammatory diet, which is very similar to the Mediterranean diet, where we're removing all of the pro-inflammatory foods and replacing them with foods that are high in antioxidants. And that's really what we're doing in a nutshell. So we break it down by each food group. It's not general, it's very specific. So for example, if someone eats jasmine rice, we would say that's fine, but what would be better would be basmati or even wild rice, something that's gluten-free, and gluten is pro-inflammatory. So that'd be an example of, you can still eat rice, but just not that type of rice. So those are examples.
Do you teach them about label shopping?
Absolutely.
Reading the label, because
how to not get fooled. Yes.
Look, it is interesting how many packaged foods have. I mean, it's becoming a chore to eat, even when you're thinking you're getting something. Mm-hmm. And as you know, well, you used to be into marketing.
Right.
I mean, that's where you went to school for marketing, right?
Right.
During your earlier years. So, they disguise the language there.
Right.
So you may be. Is this why? Well, let me let you explain it. Let's contact marketing and finding out the foods that wind up giving you information and you don't even know how you got it or where it came from.
Bingo. So the front of labeling and packaging, their job is to get you to pick that up. And it's also there to convince you that you've got all the information that you need from the front of the label. So you'll see things in the front like sugar-free or gluten-free. So if you, like I said, if you're trying to eradicate sugar and gluten, you may think based on the front of that label that this is a good product for me.
Right.
But usually when you flip it over on the back, that's where the devil's in the details. And for example, a lot of these products that say they're sugar-free will have artificial sweeteners instead, like sucralose, for example.
Yes.
And these are just as bad, if not worse. And our goal is to educate our patients on the names. But the good thing now is there's apps out there where you can scan the product, so you don't have to become a detective. So we inform our patients of what app to download so they can do that. But then on the flip side, we also are educating them on the different keywords so you're not confused.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I want to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, I've read a few labels in my life.
Right.
And when you were talking, as you speak right now, you reminded me something that I just saw last night on social media. No joke. This thing said sugar-free.
Right.
It's a gum. I think it's called Better Gum or something. It says sugar-free. But then in the writing now, the voice-over announcer doesn't say this. It says xylitol.
Right.
And I'm saying xylitol, they've had that since forever. Mm-hmm. That was one of the first things that we started to move away from. So I'm saying, when you read these labels, some of these names might sound new to people, because I consider myself I'm not astute with it, but conscious of it, aware. I read the labels and I go down and I try to see, what things what things can truly be called cream and what things can't be called cream. Mm-hmm. I'm learning something about the labeling process and the regulatory agencies. It's a whole world out there, isn't it?
Yes.
So I would read something and if it said sugar-free, I'd get it, only to find out that there was something else in there.
Right.
That was harmful to me. How do you school people on that?
Well, xylitol is not as harmful, but most people think that they're not eating as much sugar as they really are. For example, most people don't know that sugar is not just actual sugar or brown sugar. Honey is sugar, agave is sugar, maple syrup is sugar.
Right.
So even if there's plenty of people that don't consume sugar at all, but they put agave or honey in their tea or their coffee. So they're still consuming sugar. On our end, what we see is that organic stevia and monk fruit have the best glycemic effect on the body. So if you definitely need a sweetener, we'd recommend one of those two.
Can you tell us what inflammation from sugar feels like? Is it different than, is there a difference in it between an inflammation you might get if a wound were healing or something? Sometimes people have places that hurt in their bodies.
Right.
I guess it might show up as arthritis or something. What does it feel like? Is it a burning? Is it an aching?
It can be a combination of both. It depends on the individual. You mentioned arthritis, right?
Yeah.
So if someone has arthritis and they're eating pro-inflammatory foods, which would be, let's say, sugar and gluten would be at the top of that list. If you consume those, you probably would have more joint pain. You probably would have more fatigue, or some say that the itis after they eat.
Itis, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So it definitely it can manifest in brain fog. It can show up on your skin. It can show up in your mood. It could definitely show up in your joints and with fatigue as well. So inflammation can express itself in a number of ways. But what we see is when patients go on that anti-inflammatory diet, when they cut out the gluten, when they cut out the sugar, they notice that they feel lighter. They have a better mood. They feel more energized. They lose weight. Most of our patients lose weight when they cut these things out, and they don't change a thing. They don't increase their exercise. They don't add more vegetables or fruits. They just cut out the gluten and sugar, and all of a sudden they start losing all this water weight. That really wasn't even muscle anyways, or fat anyways. So it can manifest in a number of ways. Absolutely, yes.
So when a person comes in and says, "I want to see you because of," do they tell you, "Look, I'm hurting over here"? What is the first thing you talk to them about? Is their diet? That's top of the discussion?
Right. The food can be your medicine or it can be your poison. So most of our patients, they start off with an elimination diet. But what I mean by an elimination diet is for 90 days, we're going to eliminate foods that individual doesn't digest that very well. And the way we find out what those foods are is we perform a food sensitivity test. Not food allergy, food sensitivity.
Okay.
There's a difference. A food allergy is something that would cause hives, anaphylaxis. It could actually be deadly.
Yeah.
Most of us know what we're allergic to, right? A food sensitivity is when you eat a food and you don't digest that protein in that food that well. So your immune system sees that undigested protein as something foreign and it attacks it. And there's nothing wrong with that at a low level, but when it's at a chronic level, that disrupts the lining of the gut and can make our intestine more permeable, or in other words, they call it your gut more leaky. Have you ever heard of the term leaky gut?
Yes, I've
right.
Heard, yeah.
So it can make your gut more leaky if you continue to eat foods that you're not digesting that well. So we identify what those foods are with a simple finger prick blood test. And once we find out what those foods are, you just eliminate them for 90 days. And then after 90 days, we slowly reincorporate those foods that you were sensitive to one by one. And most of our patients that do that on average lose 10 to 15 pounds just by cutting out the foods that they're sensitive to. And then after 90 days, we slowly reincorporate them. So you're not banned for life from those foods.
Right.
Most of them, you just overate them, or you have some type of digestive deficiency, which we can look into that as well via stool analysis. That's causing that inability to digest that food very well.
What happens to people who develop a sensitivity to something that they often ate regularly and frequently and loved, and it never gave them a problem before? What is going on with the body in that case? All of a sudden you wake up and find it, and you say, no, that can't be. I used to love this. It can't be that. It can't be that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we see that with eggs a lot. You know, those that eat eggs every day, 7 days a week for breakfast. So you can have food sensitivities from really three main areas that are driving the food sensitivity. One of them, like you mentioned, you can overeat that food. You know, our pancreas, which produces many of these enzymes, think of your pancreas like a bank. All right, all of your bank, my bank, money goes in, money goes out, right? So if you're eating a certain food all the time, year round, every day, you're depleting that enzymatic production, and now your ability to break down that particular food group is not really it's not really working as well. So by taking a break, it allows your pancreas to catch back up, redevelop those enzymes.
So the enzyme is being developed in the body, it's being secreted, so it can be built up again.
Absolutely, it definitely can. And you know, food is meant to be seasonal, right? That's, as humans, that's how we traditionally were supposed to eat. But now in this modern world, since we have access to any food that we want year round, we tend to forget that. So if you're going to eat something year round, you shouldn't eat it every day.
What about seedless? Does that, you know, is there seedless grapes? If I love grapes, I can get them anytime now, or watermelon, or
you want to eat fruits and vegetables when they're in season. You can eat them out of season, but but to have a variety, because when your diet lacks variety, it's only going to harm your microbiome. And our microbiome, which is the trillions of bacteria that live in our colon, they're responsible for almost 80% of our immune function. And the more diverse your diet is, the more diverse your microbiome is. And the more diverse your microbiome is, the more intelligent and stronger your immune system is. So it has profound effects when we have a variety with our fruits, vegetables, and our proteins versus, you know, I used to be the same way. When I would go grocery shopping, I would get the same fruits, the same vegetables. And many of us do that, but we have to keep in mind that certain fruits are better in season, so as vegetables. And if you eat in season, you'll kind of have that variety just by following that as well. So you can eat eggs year round. I just wouldn't recommend eating an egg every day for breakfast 365 days a year.
Yeah. Look, so you mentioned you mentioned biome, and sounds like the gut is a central place for processing everything. So now I hear prebiotic, probiotic. That's the big thing. Even in sodas now, you notice, right?
Yes.
You got the soft drinks now with the bark and the sassafras and whatever, right? Prebiotic, probiotic. How do you get those? What is it about? What does it really do in your stomach?
Good question. So a probiotic is the actual microbe. That's the actual bacteria. So that they process vitamins. They create vitamins, actually. They process minerals. They help aid us in fighting pathogens. we wouldn't even be able to live without the bacteria that live in our gut.
Right.
If we didn't have them, we wouldn't survive as a species. So we need them to live. The probiotic is the actual microbe and bacteria, whereas a prebiotic is the fiber that the probiotic needs to eat to live. So without prebiotic, those microbes can die. They won't be able to reproduce. So a prebiotic would be like asparagus, nuts, whereas a probiotic would be like sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, or in many cases you need an actual probiotic supplement to increase those levels in a much shorter period of time.
Well, how effective are these things if they're sold somewhere? If they're processed, they're processed to get to you.
Good question.
Go ahead.
So the probiotic supplements, yes, depending on the billion count, because there's a count of how many billions of microbes are in there. That depends on how much that person needs, but I believe the question you're asking is like the soda pop, the yogurt that claim
the packaged stuff commercially.
Most of those, like the probiotic that's in a yogurt that says maybe 2 billion or something, most of that isn't going to survive digestion and make the colon. It's just a selling tool. It's not going to be enough to move the needle if someone is deficient in beneficial or good bacteria in their gut. They would need something much more stronger like kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, and maybe also an additional actual probiotic supplement.
Okay, yeah.
But people know, you could see as people are becoming more knowledgeable about these things, you're seeing these companies change their marketing approach, and they're putting things on the label. As you saw, first it was organic, then you saw non-GMO, then you see gluten-free, now you're seeing sugar-free, then you're seeing BPA-free on plastic. So you're seeing them as we become more knowledgeable and the public is getting access to the facts of the matter of what these things can do or not do for you. They're having to change because people just won't buy those products anymore.
I'm speaking with Dr. Bobby. this morning. He's with the Houston Holistic Health Clinic. Our number is 713-668-1230, 713-668-1230. And this conversation covers a range of issues. Menopause, obesity, depression, respiratory problems, infertility, autoimmune disease. Drill down on autoimmune disease for me.
Yeah, so autoimmune disease is when your immune system gets confused for one reason or another, and it starts attacking self instead of attacking something that is foreign or that shouldn't be in the body. Rheumatoid arthritis would be considered one. Lupus would be one. Multiple sclerosis. From our point of view, we look at autoimmunity as there's multiple areas of dysfunction in the body. We look at the gut. The microbiome first. Remember, I said the microbiome is 80% of our immune function.
Sure.
So every time we do a stool analysis for the microbiome, we definitely see that there are imbalances in the microbiome that could be driving that immune dysfunction. We would also look at deficiencies, like I said, with the hair analysis, heavy metals, that can definitely influence our immune system. And there's also the genetic component there that is viable, that you could be genetically predisposed to having an autoimmune disorder, more likely than your counterparts or someone else. So we take all of that in consideration, and our job is to identify the emotional, chemical, and physical stressors and change them or eradicate them via lifestyle, nutrition, and scientifically backed supplements.
That's interesting. You said the emotional stressors.
Yes.
So what would that be, like norepinephrine or
So those are
these
neurotransmitters.
Okay.
Yeah. So we definitely can look at neurotransmitters. We do neurotransmitter testing as well if it's necessary.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be ready for doctor school yet. So
Right.
that'll be a long ways off. That'll be my next lifetime.
Yes.
But we've got people who have questions for you. Hello, caller. You're on.
Yes, thank you for taking the call.
Yes,
I
sir.
was curious because I was listening, and I noticed you were talking about probiotics, and for a split second when I was, I'm trying to get my laptop to work properly.
Okay.
I caught something you say. Now, we've used the kimchi, and
Yeah.
we actually made our own kombucha for years.
Yeah.
But there was something that you mentioned with regard to the changes, even in like soda pop.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them talk about having the probiotics
Mm-hmm.
in them. But there was something that you said. A lot of it is marketing, something that might not have as much of an effect.
Mhm.
What was the product you mentioned?
Some of the sodas or even yogurts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, Ed, that I was thinking about Olipop. I mean, I don't mind calling out that
now
name.
you
Yes.
exactly not. I was about to say Olipop.
Okay, yeah, because I call myself cutting back on something else. I mean, I did like the fact that it's natural, but I'm a little dubious now because I don't know how much of the thing or the quality of the thing that they say is in there, Ed. Is that
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, you do know, but from what I understand, Paris. Excuse me. But one thing I did recently find out from somebody at the health food store. Now, how true it all is, I do not know. I haven't done the research. But I heard that the girl who started Olipop sold the company. Now, I know that they changed some of the, the look of the can
yes,
to
yeah,
some level
yeah.
with some of them. But I have found that some of I found, yes, well, you know how they do when they, change company.
Right. There's something going on with it because I've been, I thought something was wrong in their distribution network. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
But the company has been sold, from what I understand. But I also noticed one thing else too. I try to pay attention to if I'm going to use those. I noticed that some of them have less sugar than the other ones. There are some down as far as 3 or 2 grams.
Yes, that's true.
A couple, particularly the ones I think that have the clearer, natural juices that they put them. The ones that are more naturally clear, like the ginger, maybe the rush.
I've had the ginger and pineapple.
Yeah, the lemon lime. Lemon lime, I think, is still back up around 4 grams.
Okay.
But some of them have a lot less sugar. And, they tell you, they've been saying for years that, try to stay away from sweet stuff. It helps to keep you younger much longer. Try to stay away from sweets. And I never liked sweets that much anyway.
Yes, it's definitely a better alternative to a Sprite, a Fanta, or a Coke. But if you're drinking Olipop under the expectation that it's going to optimize your microbiome, then that's where I'm saying that it's not going to do that. Even though it may have prebiotic, probiotic in there, that's not going to raise someone's microbiome if there's a deficiency going on. The best way, we always say this, never guess, just verify. So that's
my question.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, here's my question. Okay, we've been using the kimchi, and making our own kombucha for a long time. I would tell folks that like kombucha, make your own. Because it does taste better. You can even choose your choice of what you use for sugar in it for the, the probiotics to feed on, to create it and ferment.
yes,
I think that you make your own kombucha is better.
yes.
What do you
like
think
kombucha.
about using fermented foods, even fermented pickles, and making your own?
No, that's the best way. Fermenting your own vegetables or your sauerkraut, or like you said, making your own kombucha. That's always gonna be a little bit better than something that's, processed and packaged and was made, 60 to 90 days ago.
Okay, well.
Okay.
I just let my wife know, because I just put it this way. When I married my wife, I would just say, this is 40 years ago now, I was already moving toward veganism, and already was vegetarian. Sometimes pescatarian, if I can find some fresh water, like up at top of some hills or mountains somewhere, then I was okay with that. But here's the thing. My wife finds a way to make anything I like healthy, and she will make it herself if she must. And I got to congratulate her on that, because I was already on the move with it.
That's a blessing.
But, man, my wife took it to another level, man. We like 70% vegetarian, or even raw now.
Great.
Or dehydrated, you know.
Yes.
And she took it to another level maybe about 20 years ago. She said she was going to try it for a week, and it never went back.
That's good. Okay, thank you so much. We thank you for your call.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, I got Dr. Bobby here with me, 713-668-1230. If you've got a question about what you eat. Now, what I've been saying is this, is like, your diet is essentially what you eat, right? I mean, that's what that is. It's like, so when people say, I'm going on a diet.
No, it's a lifestyle.
That means if you're going on a diet, it means either, hopefully, you're adding something healthy or taking away something unhealthy, isn't it? Because you can just change your diet and still wind up getting.
And sometimes diet can mean that it's temporary.
Yeah.
You know, it's not permanent. So that's why, like I was saying earlier, we call it an elimination diet, because you're only going to eliminate those foods for 90 days. You know, many people, when they see their results that they're positive to gluten or sugar or corn or many dairy, they're like, oh no, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. But we always rest assured and let them know that, hey, this is not for life. This is just for now. You're just not digesting that well. It's causing more inflammation. Let's cut those foods out. Let's see how you respond. And you know what actually happens to more than half of our patients that cut out the gluten and the sugar? When their 90-day elimination diet is over, you know what they say? They don't want to go back to it, because when they eat it, they see how they feel, and they're like, wow, I used to get used to this feeling. I like the way I felt off of it. So it becomes, that's when it transitions into a lifestyle where you're just not really, going to the grocery store and picking out all those foods in the middle. They're staying on the outside and eating nutrient-dense whole foods.
So is that part of the reward for eliminating the brain fog?
Yes.
Because obviously, right, you got the brain fog, you accustomed to this thing.
Right. And then when you go back and you eat it, you realize you have the itis, as you call it, or brain fog, and you're like, wow, I haven't felt this in a few months. What's causing this? Oh yeah, I just ate that sandwich.
Okay, good morning, caller. You're on with Dr. Bobby. We are discussing natural eating, healing, and naturopathy. He's a naturopathic doctor. Go ahead.
Good morning, Paris. Stone Soul Picnic. What you guys have, the holistic one today. Appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
If you can hear, I'm a little congested myself right now.
Yeah, okay.
I just want the doctor to speak on the importance of how to, to get rid of mucus in the body. Yeah. And also the importance of seedless versus seed fruit.
Yes.
Thank you, Ron. Hold on.
Good question. So the seedless, if you've heard that, you don't want to eat any fruits without any seeds. That means they're genetically modified. So I definitely agree with anyone that stays away from the seedless grapes or the seedless oranges, even if they say they're organic. Because remember, organic is not the same as non-GMO. You can get something.
Break that down for
yeah. So you hear the term. Make sure you get foods that are organic, and you'll see that certified organic symbol on many foods. But then there's also another symbol, which is that certified non-GMO symbol. And that's different than organic. Non-GMO means that there's no genetically modified organisms. So something can be organic but still have GMOs in it, and that's akin to what the seedless fruits are. They are genetically modified, but they're organic. So
so my situation was been here lately. I've been buying some organic looking for oranges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And trying to find the oranges with seeds in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. And they had some that were generic that it was advertised as being generic, but they only had like maybe 1 or 2, 3 seeds in it. You know, back in the day we used to have oranges with plenty of seeds. I went to California here earlier this year. And my cousin, she has all kind of citrus, lemons and oranges, and it was just so different picking those oranges right off the tree in California. It was amazing. But the problem is that looking for oranges that that have seeds in them, and it's hard to find it now. So, any recommendations on where you can look for those particular fruits because HEB is I mean, they have a variety of fruits, but it's just it's just hard to find those seeded fruits.
Yes, I actually bought 2. Speaking of oranges, I actually bought 2 oranges yesterday, 2 big ones. They were organic, but I get them from Whole Foods. So if you can't find what you're looking for at Whole Foods, let's say something is organic but it's seedless, then the next step would be visit a local farmer's market. And if they don't have it, I'm sure they know another farmer's market that would. But we have the farmer's market community in Houston is continuing to grow. It's growing every month. There's more and more popping up every weekend that I'm becoming aware of. So I would say, just like your eggs, if you can get your eggs from a farmer's market, that would be great. But if not, then I would say, as far as produce goes, I would put Whole Foods at the top of the list.
Okay, and the question regarding the mucus in your body, what is the best way to eliminate? Well, not eliminate it, but to reduce the mucus that is retained in your body. I've heard like the saline cleansing for your sinuses. What do you think about those, or do you have any recommendations?
So one of the saline, that's fine, which may just give you temporary relief. It may not address the cause. But the first thing would be, which is one of the foundations of health, is making sure you're hydrated. So we're supposed to consume half of our body weight in ounces of water per day. So if we're not doing that, I would say that's the first thing I would focus on. From there, I would look at the foods that I'm eating. Am I consuming anything that's high in starch, gluten, and especially sugar? Sugar will make you produce more mucus, and as well as dairy. So are you eating any dairy, any cheeses? So I would start with that first, and then from there I would start looking at other areas. So if you're not doing those things, I would start there, cut out sugar and dairy, and make sure you're properly hydrated, and then see what happens from there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good advice. Because I have tried my best to eliminate the dairy and the sugar, especially the sugar. The sugar is the number one killer for our people in the world, besides any type of cancers. But that sugar is definitely something that we have to do in moderation, and also the right proper type of sugars. But I appreciate the advice, and thank you, sir. I'll check out Whole Foods.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Want to thank you so much. We are the source here with you this morning. All right, caller, you're on.
Thanks for taking my call. The best place to get your fruit is the farmers market on Airline. All your Whole Foods there. You ain't got to worry about being infected with different antibiotics and whatnot. How important is to have an alkaline diet?
So, wow, my mic got really. Did you raise my mic?
No.
Okay, there we go. That's good. Yeah. Okay. So, good question. You hear the alkaline, craze really got really hype. I would say about 10 years ago. Yes. Everyone's buying alkaline water and this and that. So here's the thing: as we get older, you naturally become more alkaline. So that's the first thing. Number two. Alkaline water is good, but it's not necessarily good for everyone, and it's not necessarily good permanently. Mm-hmm. So it depends on the individual. I wouldn't recommend an alkaline, alkaline diet. That's fine, but alkaline water, that's a different subject. We would have to see if it's necessarily reasonable for that person to do for a period of time, depending on the condition of their health.
I have another question. What's your take on eating pork?
Pork?
Yeah.
So, no, I wouldn't recommend eating pork. Do I eat pork myself? I would be lying to you if I said no, because I do like pepperonis. So if I eat pizza, there will be a pepperoni on it. But no, I'm not eating pork chops. I don't eat. I rarely eat bacon. I don't really buy bacon. I'm not going to say I never eat it, but we traditionally steer away from pork.
Why is that?
If we're going to recommend a red meat, we'd recommend goat, lamb, or grass-fed beef. And if it's chicken, it needs to be organic. If it's fish, it should be wild-caught, not farm-raised. And if it's eggs, it should be pasture-raised, organic, non-GMO. You hear free-range a lot. You hear cage-free. Really, you want pasture-raised, non-GMO, organic. That's if you can't get it from a farm, then that would be the next best. So as far as pork, no, but other red meats like lamb, goat, and then grass-fed beef, that would be definitely fine.
Is there a particular place that you would recommend to go shopping at to get these items instead of having to try to go from place to place?
Yeah, so I shop at most of my foods I get from Whole Foods. If I can't get it there, I may have to go to H-E-B Central Market. I may go to a farmer's market. But you will be able to find grass-fed beef, lamb, wild-caught salmon. Most of these are at Whole Foods. Is there a specific food or that you're looking for?
Well, no, I was just trying to weed out that I want to eat more plant-based and more, something that's more easable to digest instead of your system working overtime to digest it.
Right.
And what's another thing that's so confusing about these vitamins they got on the shelf, you don't know which one to choose from. Which you take on these different vitamins? Is it better to get a liquid vitamin or?
Yeah, good question. You've got gummy vitamins, you've got liquid, you've got capsules, and you've got tablets. So the vitamins that are going to provide the most benefit are going to come in a tablet. Then I would put capsules at second, and then I would put liquid at third and gummies last.
Now, do you look for fillers and binders in there? I used to see that on the label.
Absolutely. I would say for the most part, any multivitamin you would buy at the store, I would say over 80% of them aren't good, especially if you're trying to get it from like a Walgreens or a CVS or a Walmart. The vitamins that we recommend, we'd recommend getting one from Biotics Research. They're actually local. They're here in Rosenberg. They've been around since the 70s, and their multivitamins are made from vegetable cultures. So it's coming from a real food source, so there's more bioavailability. Whereas if you were to walk into Walgreens and grab the men's 50 plus multivitamin, there would be a ton of fillers for the most part, like silicone dioxide, which
that's okay.
It would be nice if they set up a shop within the inner city so we get access to someone's on a transportation getaway out there to get this stuff.
Yeah.
So if they could found some place to agree to sell a product, then it makes it more easy for us to get access to it. Otherwise, we won't have access to it.
Yeah, most of the higher end supplements, you're going to find out about them through some type of practitioner, whether it's from a functional medical doctor or a naturopath or a holistic practitioner like myself. And that's because we care about the things that you care about, the things that you just mentioned. Whereas, things, the multivitamins that are getting sold in the store, their job is to get it off the shelf. Right. They're making it with the cheapest products as possible. Those vitamins are synthetic forms, so many of them, you're not even processing them or getting it. That's why I'm here. If you need it, biotics research.
One last question. All these natural fruit juices they're supposed to be good for you instead of drinking soda and stuff. What's your take on these natural juices?
So,
are they beneficial?
Well, fruit juice itself, no. I wouldn't recommend fruit juice like fruit punch, apple juice, lemonade. Right. You can definitely make your own lemonade at home by water, squeezing some lemon, and adding. If you're eating sugar, then I guess agave. If you're not, I guess stevia or monk fruit. Mm-hmm. But in general, fruit juices aren't healthy.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much. And as you said, it's still sugar. So even if you get mango juice, right? It's still sugar. Right. At the end of the day, depends upon what your condition is, doesn't it?
Right. If you're someone that is, your A1C is good, you're nowhere near pre-diabetic or diabetic, then having that every once in a while won't really cause any harm. But if your goal is to lose weight, cut inflammation, or improve your metabolic health, then that a fruit juice wouldn't be your best option. I definitely recommend some type of cold pressed juice with vegetables would be a better option, which there's a ton of fiber in there.
All right, listen, special caller, last caller. Caller, go ahead, please.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
What an awesome guest. First, just after we finish talking, please repeat your name and your contact information. Absolutely. But my question is along the lines of you were going there to juicing. I've purchased a juicer and I started using it, and now I hardly ever use it. And
don't we all do that?
And just want to get your take on that because vegetable, fruit, juicing. What's your recommendation for that? Because, natural sugar, and I don't know if you've discussed this or not, natural sugar versus, this other sugar that's out there, processed sugar. Any differences there? Or just any sugar at all natural is just really not good for you. You need to stay away from it. I'm just trying to get some understanding around juicing and how that works, and the name of that company, again, that you discussed that had the vitamins, because I have heard that discussed that all vitamins are not the same. So I want to get that information as well.
And the multivitamin, just so anyone that's hearing, we carry that at the clinic. So this is what our patients purchase. So if you're looking for a multivitamin, we're at Houston Holistic Health Clinic. Okay. That's our website, HoustonHolisticHealthClinic.com. You can find us on Google. We're right off of 59 and in between Fountain View and Chimney Rock. If you don't want to pick it up, we ship our supplements out to our patients for free of charge. So if you're looking for a better multivitamin, just reach out to us so we can get you one. And to answer your question about the juicing, the fruits that are high in sugar, such as dried fruits, dates, grapes, watermelon, banana, those are the fruits that are higher in sugar that you probably want to steer away from if your goal is to reduce sugar itself. But you want to blend your fruits and juice your vegetables. Now, most people don't know that. The reason we want to blend our fruits and not juice them is because when you juice a fruit, you're not getting the fiber.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want that fiber to digest with that fructose. So that's the easiest way to put it. You want to blend your fruits, but you want to juice your vegetables. And as long as you're staying away from those fruits that I mentioned that are high in sugar, like dates, grapes, watermelons, and a ton of bananas, then you don't have to worry about what fruits you're blending. For the most part, it'll be healthy.
Okay. And I'm using that pulp to make like cookies, different things with it. So I guess I am trying to incorporate that pulp. And hair loss, I don't know if you have enough time to discuss that. But hair loss and how that ties into the nutrients, and also how certain nutrients need others, or not, like the vitamins, or turmeric. You need black pepper to digest turmeric, that kind of thing. So anyway, I just had a ton of stuff. Thank you so much for being there. If you can remember any of that and address it before you go, I really appreciate you. Thank you, Paris.
All right, thank you. And we're looking to have you. We're looking to have you back as well. So,
yes. To answer a question, hair loss. There's unfortunately there's several things that can cause hair loss, and our job is to look at each stone and see if we can find that underlying root cause. Typically with our patients that we see that are suffering from hair loss, it's usually hormonal, or there's some type of digestive weakness going on. So for someone like her, we would start with a hair analysis. Or is there any heavy metal toxicity? There are heavy metals that can cause alopecia. Are there any mineral deficiencies? And then we would probably do a stool analysis. Like you said earlier, Paris, the gut is where we assimilate nutrients and we get rid of waste. Nice. So if one of those things aren't occurring, if we're retaining waste or we're not processing nutrients, the first things to go is our hair, skin, and our nails. Those are the first things to be affected. So when it comes to hair loss, just to answer the previous caller's question, those are the areas we would look, and most likely we would find some answers and we would approach them via lifestyle nutrition.
Wow, and we haven't even talked about the liver yet.
No.
We haven't even talked about the liver, right?
No, not at all.
So listen, we got to have you back.
Yes.
We got to have you back. And you can be reached. Give them your number. There.
So the name of our clinic is called Houston Holistic Health Clinic. Our website is HoustonHolisticHealthClinic.com. We're located off of Southwest Freeway 59 in between Fountain View and Chimney Rock. Our phone number is 713-781-9991. That's 713-781-9991. My name is Dr. Bobby Chukwu. My mother, who is the founder of Houston Holistic Health Clinic, she still practices as well. Her name is Dr. Gracie Chukwu. So we'd definitely love to have any of you that would like to optimize your health, or any of you that are struggling with anything that you'd like to, whether it's reduce your medication, get off your medication, or prevent, which is the best thing. Prevention's easier than cure. If you want to prevent yourself from needing medication, then we can definitely help you. And we deal with people from all ages, as young as 2 years old and up. So if the kids as well, they're struggling the most right now in certain areas. So we can help everyone and everybody. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Our website should answer it. If not, give us a call, and we'd be more than likely to have you become a part of our family.
Speaking of our family, we got our family here, and I gotta share this with them. This with them. It's I pride myself on speaking and being as articulate as I can, and so I didn't want the audience. I don't want you guys out there to think that I was just calling him Dr. Bobby. But before we got on air, I was looking at his name, and I was pronouncing it phonetically, right? And so he said, well, no, you just call me Dr. Bobby. Now I see why, because I was off when I was trying to pronounce it phonetically. I was adding syllables. I was doing. He said, "No, that's okay. I got it." Let me say, I don't want my mom to have a cardiac arrest listening to a guy mutilate our name. You know? Well done, my man.
Thank you.
Well done, Bobby. It's really great. But listen, I want to hear more about the liver, the other parts of the body. You mentioned anaphylaxis, the closing of the throat, so people can find out what's going on with that. Our listeners are very receptive to this kind of information, and many of them are still very active. I got guys out here playing softball and basketball, right? And so they want that drive. I know Ralph Cooper's out there, our sports guy. He's out there doing all of those things. And there's a whole group of guys who are out there doing those things. So we want to thank you for coming. And one more time, the phone is 713-781-9991. It's Houston Holistic Health Clinic. Give a shout out to your mom again. Would you do that?
Shout out to my mom, Dr. Gracie. Thanks for guiding me and showing me the way, and most of what I've learned is due to being around her and seeing how she treats her patients and helps them with the love and the spirit of the Lord, and she prays for every single one of our patients. So I just want to thank her for, we're both Geminis, so
really
so, that's what we have in common, so maybe that's what it is. Who knows?
There are 4 of us in this room right now.
Oh, you're a Gemini?
Yeah,
perfect. So shout out to Dr. Gracie, my mom.
And shout out to Carrie Lewis as well. Thank you for setting up. It's good looking out.
Okay.
All right. We are the source, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here with us. Any closing words? I want to be sure you get your message out.
Yes. Thank you for having me again, Paris. Mm-hmm. Just to let you guys know, if you're if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, if you feel like you feel healthy but something's missing, or if you just feel like, hey, my doctors aren't getting to the root of what's going on with me, reach out to us. We can definitely help you. We'll teach you the foundations of health, how food can be your medicine, and how your lifestyle can definitely make profound changes on your overall health and the quality of your life. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and reach out to us at HoustonHolisticHealthClinic.com or give us a call and chat at 713-781-9991. I'm signing off. My name's Dr. Bobby Chukwu, and thank you again for having me again, Paris.
All right. Thank you so much. We are the source.
We entertain and inform. 1230 KCOH, The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up. That has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
Remember when $100 filled a grocery cart? Today, it barely gets you started. If you're retired or planning to retire soon, you may be concerned about how inflation could impact your future income. Inflation doesn't retire when you do. Everyday necessities continues to rise. The question is, will your retirement income keep pace? You may have spent decades building retirement savings, but retirement isn't just about what you've accumulated, it's about what you can spend. Inflation can impact purchasing power and create challenges for retirees living on fixed incomes. At Advanced Wealth and Retirement Planning Concepts, we help individuals evaluate retirement income strategies and explore options that may help support their financial goals. Call today for your complimentary retirement income review.
Retirement doesn't come with a do-over. Whether retirement is around the corner or already here, now is a great time to review your plan. Schedule your complimentary retirement strategy session today by calling 832-402-8367. Investment advisory strategies offered through TLG Advisors Inc., an SEC-registered investment advisor. No tax or legal advisement is given.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston, 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East, near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122, 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Informative, entertaining, inspiring. It's the Jackson Political Report, hosted by veteran political strategist Ron Jackson. Ron will discuss local, state, national, and international politics. The show features commentary, guest interviews, and audience dialogue. The Jackson Political Report, this Saturday morning, 10 to 11 on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
The Hezekiah Walker Countdown. You know we got that brand new sound.
Hey family, it's your boy Hezekiah Walker, and I want you to join me this weekend as I count down 20 of the most popular songs in gospel. I'll also be giving you some power music with my power picks of the week and put the spotlight on one of your favorites. So don't miss it, the Hezekiah Walker Countdown.
Don't miss the Hezekiah Walker Countdown, Sundays, 12 noon on The Source.
All right, we are The Source. Good morning to you, everyone. Good morning. I am Paris. Want to thank Dr. Bobby. for stopping by. Interesting conversation about nutrition, about holistic healing, about the natural healing and nutrition. Just a wonderful conversation. Very, very informative. I want to thank you guys for calling as well. I am Paris. Good morning. And don't forget, we got additional conversation coming up for you here. Hello, caller. You're on.
Yes, good morning, Paris.
Hey, Don.
All right, sir. Dr. Bible talk about natural healing. Marvin Gaye said natural healing is sexual healing.
Well, I don't think he wants it. I don't think he wants it. I don't think he wants any advice from me on that. He looks like he's pretty well on his way. I don't think he needs any advice from an 80-year-old man on that front.
Yeah, that was his big comeback.
Yeah, it was.
He won 2 Grammys for that, huh?
Yeah. He was. As a matter of fact, he did that on Columbia Records. When a guy named Larkin Arnold, I say a guy, and Larkin was the head of A&R at that time, and I was at CBS because we had Columbia and Epic Records, and Larkin brought that record back to us. Marvin had done it in England, I think it was, when he was working on his Adia. He was separated from his wife, and he had finally decided to do a comeback. And that was the song that he came back with. Larkin was able to do a deal with him. And that was the first single, and that was on the Columbia record. So while I missed working with him at Motown, because he had gone by the time I went over to Motown, but when he came back, he was on Columbia, and I was at Columbia. But then I left Columbia shortly after he came back and moved over to the Epic label. So I didn't get to meet him then either. But that was his comeback record, and I tell that story. I tell that story because. Sadly enough, I gotta admit this. I was uncertain about that song when I first heard it. I've had my doubts.
Well, that was the genius. That was the genius of Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
A lot of those Barry Gordy doubted Marvin Gaye until he opened his mouth.
Yeah, but the nerve of me is what I'm saying. Really. Yeah, well, you do feel like that sometimes. Yeah,
that's healthy.
Yeah,
that's a healthy way to think of things.
Yeah,
you. That way. They said Marvin Gaye used to pour himself into the song.
Yeah,
he left no doubt what he was singing about.
Yeah,
no doubt what he was singing about.
Yeah.
Take too much more of your valuable time.
This
day, July 30th. This is 2026. 160 years ago on this day, July 3rd, it was a massacre called the New Orleans Massacre at the Mechanics Institute, a building that was the state capitol building at the time, because New Orleans served as the state capitol. Again, during Reconstruction, it was the Mechanics Institute was a state building where they held the meetings, and they was convening for the Louisiana Constitution to give black men especially, the right to vote. Okay, during Reconstruction, 1866, 160 years ago. Now, earlier in 1866, don't forget, that was the 1866 Civil Rights Act. 1866 Civil Rights Act, which gave a birthright citizenship and the right to own, sell, and buy property. Okay. And so that passed over Andrew Johnson, who was a Confederate, if not more than not less than a Confederate sympathizer who took over after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
That's right. Yeah.
And they overruled his veto. Okay, Congress overruled his veto on the Civil Rights Act of 1866. What Byron Allen uses today, the TV mogul, media mogul, comedian.
Right.
Right, and they're trying to use it against us as well, the MAGAs. But so that happened. The New Orleans massacre. Before the New Orleans massacre, it happened. It's a hotel now. They tore the building down. It's a Waldorf Astoria now. and it used to be the Fairmont Hotel, the Roosevelt Hotel. That's where Huey P. Long used to live.
Oh yeah, the Fairmount. I remember when it was the Fairmount. Yeah.
They had the famous bar in there, the Sazerac.
Yes, yeah.
With the big wall, African wood in there, and that had the drink. They said call it the first cocktail, the Sazerac.
Yes.
That's the name of it, the Sazerac bar.
Yeah.
But Huey Long lived there when it became a hotel.
Sure.
And he held court there. But before that, it was called the Mechanics Institute. It was the state capital of Louisiana. New Orleans served as the state capital 2 times when it was in the Union of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
When it became a state in 1825, the state capital from 1812 to 1825, it was the state capital. New Orleans was the state capital of Louisiana, and then it moved down to somewhere else. Then it came back after the Civil War during Reconstruction. New Orleans served again as the state capital, and the 1866 Civil Rights Act was passed. And after the Memphis riot, they had a Memphis riot May 1st in Memphis, Tennessee, where they killed a number of black people, men and women. And the thing about what separated was they also burned down businesses, pillaged businesses and homes in Memphis. There was total destruction for the black community. That didn't happen in New Orleans because New Orleans had black people had armed themselves to protect their businesses and their homes, and so there wouldn't be no spillover. But the massacre involved city leaders and police, and some reports say firefighters that participated in the massacre. And that was the precursor. That pushed, it said it caused such a disturbance in the country, such outlandish, violent behavior, that pushed Congress, once again, to override Andrew Johnson, who said he was going to veto the 14th Amendment. So the 1866 had the 1866 Civil Rights Act, and there was a precursor to the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, and which is very significant today. So 160 years ago, and people think that that's how. Well, my grandfather, my father's father, was born February 11, 1862. So. That was before that. He was born before 1866.
Yeah,
so, nevertheless, we think that's ancient history. No, it's going to repeat itself if we don't be careful in a very salient way. And so I just wanted to share that.
Well, it's worth sharing, and I thank you for it. Yes, sir.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
40 years later, you had the Atlanta massacre.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were talking about Booker T. Washington was talking about accommodation.
Yeah.
And the white folks, I guess they was getting so unsettled with the progress of black people, you know, progressing. The Alonzo Herndons and all these great black business people, and the prosperity, they did a total annihilation as they did in Memphis. They did it in Atlanta in 1906. And then, of course, you had the Red Summer of 1919. Then you had the Tulsa Massacre in 1921. And then you had Rosewood in 1923 in Florida. And the one that separated New Orleans from the rest of them was that there was, even though you had death and attacks and assassinations, but they didn't allow, New Orleans didn't allow, because they had armed defenders to protect their businesses and homes and keep their women from being assaulted. The other 5 that's pronounced in history, they had murder, assassination, and they burned down their businesses and homes. And the 1866 Civil Rights Act did what it gave blacks the right to own, buy, and sell property. But I have a question to ask you, though, Paris, on what to do.
Go ahead.
What happened? So we had the 1866 Civil Rights Act to give us the right to buy, sell, and own property. Why do you think we went from 20 million acres of ownership and land, and during the first Great Migration, we lost land if we had the protection of the 1866 Civil Rights Act?
Because they weren't paying attention to it and it wasn't enforced, is what I think, Don. I'd love to hear your perspective on it. I have to give you that short answer because that I'm sure there are a lot of other factors involved that would shed a lot more light on it.
Right.
But I'd love to hear them from you. What was your takeaway? What is your takeaway?
Quick reference. In 1857, it was a decision by the Supreme Court. Roger Taney, who was from that civil rights. It was called Dred Scott decision.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a freaking legislation, right?
Yeah.
But in 1856, the year before, a black woman in California, right, won her citizenship right, had to respect in California, but that was by a California circuit judge. So that's the same thing you just said. You hit the nail on the head when you said it was the enforcement of it all over.
Okay. Because wasn't Taney the one who told the court? He said the president has made his decision, and now let's see him enforce it.
I know he said.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I don't have the rights that a white man is supposed to respect.
No. He said that. He definitely said that.
Stuff.
Yeah, but I recall that it was there was some decision that was made, and I think it was Taney. I think it was Taney who said, now the president has made his decision. Now let's see him enforce it. And so and therefore that cleared the way for people to ignore it.
And Daisy Biddy Mason, Bridget Biddy Mason, she's the oldest owner. Her family still owns a couple of buildings in downtown Los Angeles.
Okay.
She started the first church. She gave land to the first church, the first AME church in Los Angeles, California. Here's a woman who walked from Mississippi to Utah.
Whoa!
Because her so-called owner was a Mormon.
Yeah.
So he can go to California still own.
Yeah.
He said, "No, I'm going back to South." No, you can't take her back. But she's free in California.
Wow. Oh, you know what it is now? It was John Marshall that I'm thinking of. I know what I hear what you're saying. I was talking about something different. John Marshall has made his decision. Now let him enforce it. That was historically attributed to President Andrew Jackson regarding the Supreme Court's 1832 decision in Worcester versus Georgia. The rule that Georgia had no legal authority over Cherokee sovereign land. Okay, so that was a different.
John Marshall. John Marshall was married to the family that owned an enslaved African named Abraham Skipwith. In Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia. You're back door. Abraham Skipwith.
Okay.
He was a clerk. He was a clerk. All slave master business.
Yeah. All right, Don. Love it as usual, man. Thank you so much. Very informative, my brother. Gotta run. All right. We are the source. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Mr. Paris.
Yes, sir.
Man, I don't know how we're not for a guy like yourself, Don, and sad warfare, and we be dumb as dirt. So even like you talk about the George Floyd bill, couldn't find out the real name of it is something else.
The Policing Act,
We say the Obamacare, and couldn't find out it's the name. The real name of it is something else. But I don't know why we do that so much. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. So the thing is, we depend on you, Paris, to tell us the truth. So what it be just like I was trying to say, some of y'all smart guys say good fences make good neighbors. we don't actually think about it, but like in Texas, we had some class we call geography. Even they probably didn't have that in Virginia. Anyway, so in geography,
of course we had geography in Virginia.
Anyway, now Paris today we got something called Google Earth. So you can go on Google Earth, man. I can go anywhere I want to go. So by 1 o'clock in the morning, let me just go. Let me just ask you so smart. So good good fences make good
neighbors. Robert Frost. Something in me. There is something in me that does not a fence a wall love. I think a fence a wall, but it was Robert Frost poem.
Let me just tell you something. So I know what y'all tried to do to Foster, Dr. Foster yesterday. But so let me just ask you, you so smart. So, and who is Russia's neighbor?
Who is Russia's neighbor?
Yeah,
Alaska, isn't it? As far as I know.
No.
As far as I know.
Think big. Who is Russia's neighbor?
I don't know. I don't know.
Canada.
Okay. Yes, sir, buddy. Okay, you sure all right.
So
yeah.
Who is Canada's neighbor?
North Korea?
Russia to very big, man. So North Korea ain't nothing. So,
okay. So North Korea.
Russia to the north and to the south is India.
Okay.
So
see,
good.
That's good.
So at one time the Autobar, it was between they were part Turkish, part Russian, part Chinese, part Indian, and probably some other things. But the thing is, at one time they ran the world, Paris.
I love that, man. I love that. Yeah.
When you run things, so they would say that as the United States of America, we ought to have a better relationship with our neighbors, Canada and Mexico, and probably even South America. But sometimes, and stop messing around with why we always want to mess with Russia and we want to mess with China. You know, they hate us. So I mean, they were. I mean.
And we are abusing the alliances that we have, the allies that have formed around us. Yeah.
Stop Paris, please. Stop throwing the leaves back over the fence in your neighbor's yard.
Only Bobby Ray. I love that, man.
But the thing is,
that is a great analogy.
These guys, and you know, at one time, Russia was our ally. Sometimes China was our ally, and then Japanese have always hated all of them, and all of us. I just say, little old Japan is very small, and they hate Korea. You know, Japan hate everybody.
Yeah.
Where do you think it is? So as you know, as you go on through the music industry, you see sometimes the little hits is the ones that
blow up.
He said, why is everybody always picking on me? So because you China, man. So it's always in the rise and the fall of civilization. It's just like Dunn was trying to tell you in general. We forgot all about the Tuskegee Institute. I mean the Tuskegee experiment. So you want to dog out Dr. Fauci because he was trying to do the boondoggle for the COVID-19. So we all got boondoggle.
Yeah.
But I mean, so welcome to the journey. Welcome to America. So and the great one, we say, well, who does the great one love? The great one don't love nobody but his own self.
Wow.
But
I thank you. Yeah.
But it's all good though, Paris.
Well, I thank you. I thank you for that. You took Robert Frost and connected it to today's political environment. Yeah. Something in me that does not a wall love, Robert Frost. Good fences make good neighbors.
As I leave, I say, y'all Adam say, the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Now,
down came the rain and wiped the spider out.
All right,
came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. So that's life, man.
All right.
Wherever you at, beginning, the middle, and the end, just enjoy the ride.
All right, I'll tell you. If you're looking for culture, here's a place to find it. We got Robert Frost and the Itsy Bitsy Spider dwelling in the same place, and all kinds of everything from Reinhold Niebuhr to Walt Disney. We got it all. We got it all. I got my guy in here. I'm shifting my format. I know I told you guys that I gave you my upfront spiel on Fauci and the what I consider the disgusting display, however expected, during the hearings where they attempted to have Fauci become their sacrificial lamb, but it didn't go as well as they expected, and it seems like what this Congress did was simply expose its pettiness and its lack of issues in the upcoming campaign. But I can't miss an opportunity to follow up on that kind of closeness, that kind of proximity to this election campaign. And I got just the guy here to do it, and I don't want to squander this opportunity. So I am going to play some Lawrence O'Donnell stuff last night because I thought he characterized it perfectly. Mm-hmm. Listen, because I think there's an opportunity in that hearing we saw yesterday to further highlight the closeness between corporate, the global corporates, global corporations, mm-hmm. American economy, the world economy, and our politicians. Mm-hmm. And I think perhaps unwittingly, well, I know unwittingly, they presented an opportunity in yesterday's hearing to show just how feckless our politicians are today. Mm-hmm. I watched a guy in there with, I think it's his first term in the Senate, I'm not certain, mm-hmm. Moreno from Ohio. Okay. Talked to Dr. Fauci, and I heard Rand Paul villainize him. But this young senator, I say young, he's an adult man. He's starting out in his career in politics. He is demonizing. I don't know. Did you hear the exchange between him and
I haven't seen the highlights on it. No.
Where he dropped the F-bomb on Fauci. Fauci. And I'd like to know, sir, who the F are you? He says to him in this hearing. Right. And I'm saying this guy, it was like a cinematic moment for him. Mm-hmm. It was so contrived. He sought to do that. Meanwhile, he's talking about a man who not only has served for 50-some years, served with distinction, mm-hmm. but as a career highlight, this is just one of them. It was President Trump who gave him the highest civilian honor he could get. He gave him this presidential honor for his work in COVID. Right. But here these guys, they never mentioned that the Republicans had the same theme. Let's vilify him because he looks like a groupie in his, that's my term, in his diary, the man's private diary, right? Yeah. Never mentioning that it is because of that man that Operation Warp Speed, which was probably the highest achievement of President Trump's term, mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. But that came about because he turned to Dr. Fauci to get that done. And to hear this man sit there, the senator from Ohio, and ask him who the F he is, mm-hmm. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
that was crazy.
It's unfortunately how politicized everything is, to the point that the performance piece, because he's doing that to perform for the cameras as well.
Yes, yeah.
For the anti-vax crowd,
yeah,
Maha crowd. I don't know exactly how that squares, because you mentioned that Trump leaned on him during the pandemic, so it's like now they're trying to villainize him and use him for some type of, I don't know, posturing, and all it really did was just make people see how actually the word excessive is everybody Fetterman said that the Republican grilling was excessive. So you know, it's all play for the cameras now
at a time when we've got Medicare going up.
Right,
Medicare costs are going up.
And I believe that what I saw on some of the read some of the notes and the highlights a few minutes ago was that he brought his lawyer with him and they didn't recognize him. And
they threw him out.
They threw him out.
Yeah. When I was.
So when you go to these congressional hearings, you're not allowed to bring a lawyer.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think would be in contention. I mean,
right.
He had been given immunity, but that they are having so many novel wrinkles from the legal standpoint here, things that haven't been done.
Yeah, you just got to plead the fifth.
They do them and they test it, but you plead the fifth and then you don't answer.
Right, and I think it was a smart thing because anything that he would have answered, they would try to use. And make it a bigger issue.
And they made that plain. Now remember that this is how careless these guys are. He talked about the man should be in jail.
Right.
So he's already made his determination.
Right.
So now all he needs is a way to put him in jail. So if I'm Fauci's lawyer, I know this. I'm going to say to you, don't say a thing.
Don't say a thing.
Once you ask one question, you answer one.
They're going to try to drag other people in it and open up an investigation. And Fauci and his lawyer are smart enough to know that there are less than 100 days from the election. And that means that there will be a different setup coming in. So, you know, a Congress that most likely is looking and shaping up to be a majority Democrats for both House and Senate. You know, he won't have to worry about that after that.
And then there's something else at work here. They also know that they are. Unfortunately, Fauci he has exposure at the state level right now because there are attorneys generals who are trying to file on him on state charges. They are so he has to be very.
He's getting it from all angles.
You say nothing. There's nothing that they can use.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, having said that, maybe this will provide the Democrats at least another opening to counter the statement that came from Miss Reamer. I think her name is. She's the vice chair, and I'll share this with you. I know you might not have had time to catch up on this one. She is the Democratic Socialist vice chair.
Okay.
And her name is Miss Romer, I think. Her name is Megan Romer. And so she was on a television program on Fox, of all places, right? And they had like a lightning round question session, but the choices and the answers were yes or true, sort of, right?
Okay.
and here's what happened. I wanted to ask you about it. Let's see here. The unease from moderate Democrats intensified after Megan Romer, she's the DSA co-chair, was asked a lightning round question on Sunday during a Fox News interview about the organization's platform, answering true to several proposals, including abolishing the Senate and, as a long-term goal, prisons. The moment has also circulated widely online and has been played up on other cable news networks. Democrats say the interview could not have come at a worse time. They fear Republicans will seize on this. And it did look rather stark, just playing it by itself. I can imagine what it's going to look like in an ad. You know?
I mean, at this point, people have made up their minds. They're really the thing is this, like, you know, both parties have had large platforms that have several policies that people don't really care or agree for, right? And the DSA movement right now is focusing on the working class with healthcare being education and also, you know, addressing the cost of living and affordability. They're not running on abolishing prisons. They're not running on abolishing the Senate.
That's what I.
You know, so it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know, you have pie in the sky type of aspirations. No matter what party you're in, doesn't mean that you're going to get everything you want.
It's sort of like the abolish the police thing,
right? Like, you know, like defunding the police, abolishing, and people have to also, like, you know, just realize at this point, especially when it comes to, you know, Republicans who are going to try to use this, Republicans have lost so much good faith with the voter.
Yeah, yeah. Now here's the way I see it, and I'm hoping that this will be a counterweight to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can imagine what the commercial ads write themselves with that kind of statement.
Yeah.
Because you just lift that statement up, and Lydia and I were discussing this yesterday. I'm sure we're going to discuss it tomorrow too. Mm-hmm. Was she on your show last night? You guys
She did call in, yeah.
She called in last night.
She mentioned about like, how are they going to address with the issues of like the DSA platform and full platform. And that's the thing is like, we're talking about platforms, and then we're talking about policies that are going to be prioritized. Mm-hmm. Like when you vote folks in, they have to do all the politicking inside to get legislation to pass and everybody agree. Because after this cycle and possibly the next cycle, you're not going to have DSA 100% all over across the board. You're still going to have some Republicans. You're still going to have some Democrats. You're still going to have Tea Party Republicans. Still going to have centrist Democrats, and everybody has to come to agreement with the policies that are going to be passed. And the priority is affordability.
Yeah, that's it.
Cost of living, wages.
Democrats have been given a great hand here.
Right.
I mean,
and the Democrats don't want to play that hand because this election more than ever is exposing how much Democrats are just the same as Republicans when it comes to corporate interest. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like the worker versus the corporations, the Democrats have always been lining up with the corporations along with the Republicans. People now have a clear understanding on that. That's why they're losing the primaries. That's why they're losing the primaries. So the Democratic Party may end up experiencing a takeover where a lot of their, not just offices, but like, we're talking about like precincts and, people who are inside the intricacies of the party machinery for at the local level. You have people in chairs and precincts and all these taken over by DSA leaning folks or DSA identifying folks. And that's just going to make it so the Democratic Party is going to be more left leaning, but you're still going to have centrist and establishment Democrats sprinkled through, and there's going to still be pushback on the more extreme parts of the agenda because really it's going to be the focus is on affordability. Before we even talk about abolishing prisons and abolishing anything, people want to make sure that they could actually.
That's what I think. That's where the independents are for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, they are going to be there. Now, the only thing that I was listening to a guy from Charlie Cook Report, and he was talking about. One of the things that the Democrats do have to pay attention to is that they have had an increase in their percentage points of representatives if their plan holds, if it holds together. With this redistricting, they will pick up about another 3% worth of the vote, up from 2.5. And that would put a little distance between them because of the rejiggering, the reconfiguration of the voting districts.
Right.
So,
and we'll see.
But that's not a done deal because of what you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the economy, man. They all agree on that.
They all agree on that. And we have some major primaries coming up next week and the week after that, all in the Midwest. We got Michigan.
Just Michigan.
Even though Al-Sayed is not a DSA, Democratic Socialist, his main thing is the anti-Israel, recognizing the genocide, and then, of course, like affordability. He's been speaking a lot.
I like the way he speaks to it.
He speaks about affordability through the Israel genocide of Gaza and the Palestinians by saying, like, you can't afford your bills and your groceries because the cost of living, but also the money that should be your tax money that should be going to make it easier on you is actually being sent to bomb these people and kill these people. And everybody right now recognizes it as a genocide. So making that connection, it's like, oh, my affordability is actually being even further worsened because of this war that we are
I thought that was the appeal of his argument, and because actually Israel does not have the same carry the same sway with the younger generation that it once.
They have lost all their juice
that it once had.
They no longer have that. And then you have in Wisconsin, they just had a debate, and the governor's race for the primaries. The Democratic Socialist, I forgot her last name. I think it's Hong. And
it is Hong.
Yes, and she is leading like 36%. and then the closest second one is like 18%, and the third is like 14%. So they're expecting her to run away with it and be the Democratic nominee for the governor's race in Wisconsin, which, that would be a major deal if all that translates to Wisconsin having a Democratic Socialist governor in November. And then I think also in Minnesota, but I forgot which race, there's a Democratic Socialist running there. So over the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a clearer picture of how many more Democratic Socialists are in position for November. And once November comes over and we are seeing the results, how many of those Democratic Socialists actually win their races, it's going to flip the whole game up. And they're not going to, you have Congress flipping most likely for Democrats on both House and Senate. And then you have all these Democratic Socialists throughout the country in governorships and other state level and city level positions. It's going to be a big day for reckoning for both parties. And I know the Democrats, the establishment, are trying to figure out how to eliminate the Democratic Socialist, surge that's going on. And the only thing they're going to have left are the tricks that they get to pull, procedural stuff. Just very similar to how Bernie Sanders was the nominee, but the Democratic Party during the convention in 2016 activated their superdelegate rule, and all the superdelegates voted for Hillary Clinton, and it pretty much just completely erased the voting population's decision for Bernie Sanders and gave it to Hillary Clinton. Like, after that, they had so much of a pushback because of that they eliminated the superdelegate rule after that. But the damage was already done. I imagine that the Democrats at the state level, local level, and at the national level are trying to figure out how many rules and like what you call loopholes they could exploit to avoid as many Democratic Socialists from even running.
How acceptable do you think? How widely acceptable will the label Democratic Socialist be with this new generation of voters? You think is there enough to get enough of those people who aren't turned off by that label or converted? Because there are some converts out there.
There are converts
with the economy.
Yeah, there are some converts there, but the younger generation has been more plugged in than my generation, just because of social media and the internet and access to information. They also see what's been going on, so they're very aware of like what's not working and what is. But I think the best example has been Zohran Mamdani in less than 1 year, how much he has accomplished in New York.
He made some real moves.
He made so many moves, and at this point, it's like everybody points to that. Like, see what he did in less than 1 year.
He said what he would do, and he did it.
And he did it. In the biggest, most famous city of the world, then of course he could do it in LA. Of course he could do it in Chicago. Of course he could do it in Houston. You just got to make sure you start doing the work to get those Democratic Socialist candidates up on the ballot. And I think because people saw that success and has seen that continuous success in New York, that people are converting just because they're seeing the results.
The old guard, both in the Democratic Party and both and especially the Republican Party, they're not going away easily now. So it's going to be. There's going to be. Here's one thing that I learned from the music industry, man. Let me tell you something. There's money out there to influence the results that you want. Right. And it didn't have to be in the music business. Take any other business that's serious about what they're doing, whether it's Firestone or BF Goodrich or whomever it is, right? For the results they want, people are willing to spend money, and they dump money in a lot of places.
Right. And they're learning that no matter how much money they dump, they're not going to be guaranteed to win. Like AIPAC right now is the biggest loser in the Democratic side of the primaries. Every primary that they've dumped money in, and this one in Michigan is a big one for them to finally see that it doesn't matter how much money they pour into Democratic races for the primaries, they're going to lose because the Republicans, the MAGA, they're still very much like pro-Israel. And so, they'll Thomas Massey will lose his primary because he's anti-Israel. But one of the biggest things is that, you have to recognize capitalism. Like, this is still capitalism. This is still the capitalism mindset of the choices. Like, if you don't like Coke, you might like Pepsi. If you don't like that, you might like Sprite. If you don't like whatever it is. Or a service. Like, if I went to this restaurant, they give me terrible service, I'm going to go to this restaurant. So it's the same thing with the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. They both suck. So it's what's this new option over here? Because my capitalist mindset is, as a consumer, I'm going to try the new thing because maybe the new thing is better.
Particularly, if you tell me that the new thing is coming to join forces with an established pattern of leaning towards the oligarchy.
Right.
You feel me? So the establishment is going to go for a kind of capitalism that smacks of vulture capitalism.
And I think as we get closer to November, the big moments are going to be like for Democratic visibility is how visible will Obama make himself, because he already showed up to New York and spent time with Mandani. That was a big one.
Have you seen the ad that he's got coming out of Wisconsin, out of Iowa?
No.
He's got on the basketball court.
Really?
Yeah, with the candidate who is in a wheelchair. I don't know what his affliction is, but he's running. But he's running.
Yeah, we'll see.
He and Obama are playing basketball. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like Obama hanging around Democratic Socialists more and more is going to make it so people start seeing that as a viable option to convert to. And especially the more people learn about Democratic Socialism, and it's nothing close to communism. Democratic Socialism is just a way to continue the same capitalist system, but support the working class with that system.
So you think they may be ready to give it a chance? You think the people,
the voters, yes, the voters, yes, and the voters will change the party politics.
What is going on with Syed, and Staley, is that her name?
Stevens. Haley Stevens.
Say Haley Stevens. Yeah. Now she is ahead, right? She's got right now, or has that closed?
It's closed. He's been polling ahead of her now. Like, not that big of a margin, but yeah. And they're pulling out all the stops right now to try to confuse people and turn them away from Syed. Their black community has been reporting that they've been getting mailers in with her and pictures of black people, and also like a picture with Obama. But Obama has not endorsed in that race. So there are organizers there saying like, you're trying to tell the black community that, you're for us. But first of all, who are these black people in these pictures? Because we haven't seen you, So she's losing that battle right there with her.
And then Syed has some history as a legislator, doesn't he? He's got what is he in the state legislature?
Yeah, he was. And the thing is, they're doing all the best that they can to try to smear him as some misogynist. There was some dog whistles there about his Arab, just background. Saying like, they try to use. Well, not try to use. They used a black woman who, I forgot her name, but she is a part of like some education board that she's voted in. So she's a Democratic delegate, right?
Yes.
So she's pulling for the establishment candidate, Haley Stevens. So she was like on a mic on an interview saying basically that she feels that he only appeals to one race, and that she's with the candidate Haley Stevens that is for all races. And then the interviewer asked her, "What do you mean one race?" She's like, "Oh yeah, don't come here speaking Arabic. Don't come here playing Arabic music." So it's like this twisted way of like seeing a black person use dog whistles against an Arab person, whereas like this recognition now that since 2016, since the identity politics and Black Lives Matter, it started shifting the way that candidates talk around race. They also started showing how they weaponize the identity politics to try to make it like, well, it's okay if a black woman says that he is like for only one race, she won't be looked at as a racist, but people see the problem with that. And so like that really just blew up in their face, because people are saying like, what are you talking about, and
then to move off just no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just like that's really what people are starting to notice, is that they're trying to do the worst kinds of dirty politics now towards the end of the race, because the primary is on Tuesday, so we're about to find out. And
at another time, I'm going to, not today, not now, so don't call right away. But I want to expand that conversation that you're talking about, not with you, but I'm going to expand it anyway, because that's what we're seeing with people like Officer Tatum. I hesitate to bring his name up, but he makes sort of that argument. People are pointing that out about Officer Tatum and his involvement in Nolan Wells' case. And he's saying, y'all just trying to vilify the white people. Y'all trying to vilify the white people, but yet saying, and I know they didn't commit this crime.
Right.
you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know
that they're innocent either. I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, but at least black people are saying, well, let's find out.
Right. Right.
So. Yeah, they are weaponizing these things. So you get a woman like that saying, well, you know, it's like the people who say, well, the only reason you're voting for them is because you hate white people. Like they couldn't have any other value.
I mean, I remember that when Obama was president, it's like, oh, you know, black people are going to vote for Obama. Of course they're going to vote for Obama. But, you know, you're voting because you hate white people. Like,
yeah, right.
No, what about if the option is terrible on the other side and we just try and vote for the best one?
That never occurs to them.
Yeah, it's,
well, look,
it's an amazing season.
I couldn't catch last night's performance. I'm going back and look at it. And, of course, what I really had in mind today was I said I'm going to go back and play. I'm going to call you and then play some you know, some of last night's show. What was the high point?
I mean, I think the high point definitely is once we started talking about the local dynamics with Tallarico and also
did you see him? You did see him on TV last night. Did you
I didn't watch that one.
I sent you
I saw it. Yeah,
okay,
I'm waiting for the link to go up so that way I can see it
right,
because it was live. Yeah. I don't have MS now. I don't have none of those local channels. I mean those corporate channels. I don't care to listen to them. But and I think because the first 40 minutes, I think we 30 minutes really we spent because Maria hadn't been here and we had to catch up on because like the Lorenzo Salgado murder happened like 2 minutes away from her home. She lives on that side of town, right? So she, you know, she was also in Maine traveling. When she was out on traveling, took a break from the show. Originally, she was in Maine. So when she came back, the next day, that happened, right? And then the week after, in Maine, you had the other gentleman that got killed by ICE. Yeah. So she just, you know, we spent the 30 minutes talking about how she processed her feelings about that and how that, you know, just kind of like adds to the urgency of like addressing why ICE needs to be abolished and, you know, like why Whitmire's collaboration with ICE is problematic. And we spent 30 minutes talking about that first. And then we started getting into like some of the politics of like what we need to seek out of these candidates, Tallarico as well, going into November.
Very good, very good. I'll be looking to have some of that here in the studio. Stevens Orozco.
Yes, sir.
My friend. And
always, Paris.
And
you see us working. We see we're doing things in here.
I see.
You know, for all the listeners to know that you know we are expanding the work that we're doing here at 1230 The Source. Of course, you have the YouTube page, so please subscribe. We have playlists there for our show, Sports Rap with Ralph Cooper, as well as Morning Magazine and Talking Politics with Friends. But you're going to start seeing some more additions there. We're going to have the youth coming in. We're going to have Cali and I See Black Creatives coming in. And that's the name of the organization, I See Black Creatives.
Okay, really? Okay.
And they're going to be, you know, using a lot of their talents to just kind of continue to add to the work that we do here. So I'm excited for everybody to see what we got going on. So thank you, Paris.
Well, you know me. I'm out here to rally for Cali. No doubt about it.
I can tell that. Rally for Cali.
She's got it going on, man. She's got it going on. And I love the ideas, and I'm certain the listeners and the viewers will as well.
Oh, yeah. You know? So please follow us and subscribe on YouTube, 1230 The Source, and then more to come.
All right. We are The Source, Stevens. Thank you so much, my man. We'll talk with you later.
Yes, sir.
We entertain and inform. 1230 KCOH, The Source. The Morning Magazine is the show that has Houston talking. Houston talking.
I'm Paris Eley, inviting you to join us on the Morning Magazine from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on KCOH. The Morning Magazine, where we choose to keep news stories factual, commentary informative, and conversations productive. As you might guess, it's a work in progress. Tune in to see for yourself. You're invited to join us with your thoughtful analyses and considered opinions as well on topics meant to address community needs and solve our common problems. Join me on The Morning Magazine.
The Morning Magazine with Paris Eley. Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 a.m. on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental, 713-738-1999.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Hectic morning, getting some things done over here, though, Michael. How are you, Top Jock, Hall of Famer? How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, man. Sometimes I feel like it'd be better to be in the Hall of Shame.
I won't save a seat for you there. I won't save a seat for you. No.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that Hall of Fame stuff is good, but then it's bad because there are so many other people who have done, you know, great work in this business who, for whatever reason, you know, has not made it yet.
Yeah, well,
and it's kind of shameful that, especially you older guys, in here.
But that's okay. You go over what you're doing. You go over, you live your life. You go over what you're doing because it's about the love of the game.
But y'all paved the way for us. And, set some good examples, set some bad ones, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can tell you about some of the ones they set for me so that I could set them for other people.
Because, I had the opportunity to work with people like Boogaloo, George Frazier as well, Rick Roberts. Yeah. Oh, let's see, who else did I? Baby Dave Felder,
it's like Murderer's Row. You got
Ralph Cooper.
Yeah,
buddy. But anyway, it's good to be here. How are you today, Monsieur Eley?
Man, I am fine. I'm having a great afternoon. It's hot. Boy, yesterday, Mike, it got so hot out there after I got off, man, the nausea was catching up with me. A little shortness of breath there for a while. And
I think you called that old age, Pete.
I think it's called OP, old age plus. OP is old plus, that sun just saps, my energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was a little boy, and they had me out in those fields, cotton, corn, pea, whatever it was, hay. We just had to tolerate it.
Yeah.
You know what a gallon jug is, right?
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. But we didn't have plastic gallons. They had, glass gallons then. And
down near my neck of the woods, that's what corn came in.
Really?
If you get my drift.
Oh, that is kind of corn. Okay. Well, my grandfather was a deacon, and his daddy was a preacher. So if you wanted to drink some corn, You better not let them found you, or you wish you had not been born.
Yeah, I get it. Or you'd be met with much scorn.
Yeah. And your behind would be torn.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, to this day, I'm not a drinker because, well, I just can't handle my liquor just like I could not handle my women. You know.
Okay. I can hear that. Here I sit, lost and forlorn, with my hiney torn, simply because I got in Granddaddy's corn.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Anyway,
yeah,
it is a good day, and I thank God for it.
Yes, sir.
I failed to do something. Let me do this very quickly. My favorite brother-in-law, Rudolph Sanders, has passed. He passed away earlier. Was it early? Well, late last week or early this week. So like Saturday or Sunday. We called him Billy. It's my wife's oldest brother. There are only two boys. No, there were three. Billy, Ronnie, and Ronald. Mm-hmm. Now Billy has joined the youngest boy, Ronald, you know, in heaven, we hope.
Right, right.
And so on Monday, they're having Billy's funeral. Rudolph Sanders, that's his real name. I can understand why he'd want to be called Billy. Who wants to be named Rudolph?
Man, oh man, I'm leaving that alone. Rudy.
Well, you know, back in the day when there was Rudolph Valentino, but do you know very many Rudolphs? You know, we know Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's funny. That's where my mind went. That shows you my. Well, you know what? The last guy I knew who was born, whose name was, when I say who was born, like there was some other way to get here. Like he came here another way. Rudolph Thomas was the guy I remember. Yeah, that was man, 70-some years ago. Over 70 years ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ralph wasn't named Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, when you start talking about all those years. You know, sir. I keep telling you, I saw pictures back in the 30s of a grown Ralph Cooper.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You know, he must be some sort of vampire, one of those day walkers, because he's been around so long. Anyway, it is a good day. What should we talk about today, Monsieur?
Oh, Michael, you're gonna this one for sure. Now you got a caller there, so I'm gonna cue you in on that. But let me prime the pump here, because I saw this story and I wanted to get your take on it. With these hearings and things that they are having, and the spending the money that they are spending on all of these separate things. The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, has all of this, all of these gripes, but they are going up on Medicare and Medicaid going up. All right, the subsidy program is ended, and on Tuesday, the administration said it would move to end the Biden-era Medicare premium subsidy program because they said it benefited insurance companies more than the enrollees. As a result, Medicare Part D, Michael, the subsidies for that will expire at the end of the year and no longer be offered in 2027. So people are about to see some hefty increases. Medicare D will be available as a standalone option. It's because it's the optional prescription drug coverage that's offered by private insurance companies to help people with Medicare for brand name and generic medications. And some of our listeners out there and some of us are facing those increased premiums. The program was restructured under former President Biden, so there would be a $2,000 annual cap on out-of-pocket expense spending on its prescription drugs. It also permitted Medicare to negotiate prices for certain high-cost Part D drugs. So there it is. Yeah.
Well, Trump has to cut our medical care so he can repay that pool that he has had repaid once. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he has to come up with the money to build his great, big, beautiful, what is that thing, ballroom? And then he's got to continue to pay off all the women that he's assaulted. Got to keep that on the down low. And, of course, and then, of course, he has to make sure that all the people who are buying his bogus produce when it's returned, well, I know him. He wouldn't care whether you got your refund or not. He'd probably tell you to go blank yourself. So the president, I better watch myself because, he could send somebody after me. But he is everything that you would need to define what is not good in the world today. Is there any goodness in that man?
Well, that's arguable right now. Somewhere down there. Well, let me put it this way: it doesn't seem to be showing up in public policy very often. If it is, yeah.
And I wonder, does Melania sleep with her door locked with a chain around it?
Chain. Chain of fools. You gotta call in, man. You want this now?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Come save us, caller. What's going on?
Oh, look here. Life, love, and life. But guess what? I can at least talk to the greatest radio station in the world. I mean, guess what? I count my blessings on today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know how to count my blessings, and I can name them one by one. I talked to Paris. Look at before I move on, and then Brother Foster used to say something a long time ago. Can I bring you out to lunch today, Top Jock? And what is your favorite dish? Do you like snake or do you like a buzzard?
What?
What? You can cut me out of that. Miss me with DoorDash on that one. I'm good, baby. We're good over here.
No. Listen, I mean, what you like to eat, Top Job? Because that's what we get into the world today. Is that reality? Do you like a buzzard? Or do you like a snake? If you was on the prairie and you had to eat, would you eat a snake or a buzzard?
A snake.
A snake?
Yes, snake.
A venomous snake? You still eat it?
No, you didn't say a venomous snake. You said snake.
You can't judge it. You can't judge a snake because you're not a zoologist at the time that you need to eat.
I can tell a poisonous snake from a non-poisonous snake. I was raised in the country. Okay.
I don't believe that one. I don't trust a snake. A snake is image between God. A snake gonna be a snake. It's like a buzzard. He don't have a butthole. They're like Donald Trump, and that's what they feed us today. I don't want you to understand me wrong, okay? Is that you have to survive, and we're surviving in the world today with Donald Trump.
Well, I didn't say we could not survive. You asked me about eating either a buzzard or a snake.
A snake, yeah, but they're both the same category. I mean, if he's venomous, whatever he says, a lot of bad
but a
things in
snake
bad life.
What you have to understand is that a snake is venomous, but he has a...
No, not all of them. They say not all of them, Top Jock.
Well, I'm talking about the poisonous snakes, okay?
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not a zoologist like you.
No, it's countryology.
Countryology? Okay.
Yeah.
Define it. Okay, countryology. Okay, so You from the sticks. So I don't. A snake is gonna snake. I don't trust a snake. But anyway, we're gonna move on to that. But I want let us go out for lunch today, as Brother Foster would say. What would you like to eat today, Top John?
Right now, I'd like to eat your brain. and see what it tastes like, So since we comparing snakes and buzzards,
the buzzards, they both the same species because a buzzard has to regurgitate their mess inside their gut. Okay, they don't have a butthole, so usually they don't see it, but you just in down the truck. The Bible said, what the word said, no, you can tell.
Who has ever said that a buzzard doesn't? You telling me that a buzzard doesn't defecate? I wonder what all those things.
He had to regurgitate. They throw it out. They whatever it was.
It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime somewhere. I know we're gonna move this one along. We're gonna move this one along. We're gonna move this one along. Yeah.
But hey, you gonna catch it with life sooner or later because when you hear Donald Trump speak, he regurgitates a whole lot of mess in life. So in reality, we're gonna let the record reflect. You can love him and you can respect him, like Texas Mike. I don't respect the man today. Okay.
Well.
Okay. Let it go. But look at. I'm gonna move on. I thank God I have a chance to talk to you and to tell you that I love you. And make sure you give Miss Yvonne a hug for me because that's a great lady. Back in 45 years that y'all plus 45 years, I respect Yvonne. Okay, because. Dad here. hey, look. Hey, Top Job. No, they say behind. No, Top Job, check this one out. Behind a great woman, behind a great man, there's a greater woman. And I love me some Yvonne.
Well, thank you. I love me some Yvonne, too. And I thank God for it. That is why I have dedicated so much of my life and my time to Yvonne. She has been sick now for over 20 years.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And my primary job is to take care of her. And I thank God for blessing me to, even as I've fought off kidney cancer. Well, I haven't fought it off. It took one of my kidneys and the other one's failing on me. But I am going to continue to fight the fight because God gave me a marvelous wife. After me giving myself a not so marvelous wife the first time around. So what does it say? Life can be better, love can be better the second time around. And I thank God for Yvonne. She is truly a blessing. And I told you her brother died.
Billy. I heard. Yes. Uh-huh.
And they're having his funeral service on Monday. And I do believe Paris is supposed to start at about 12 o'clock. Now I'm trying to figure out. Now at the last funeral that I went to, I stayed out in the parking lot.
I remember. Talk about dedication. That was a Dan Rather moment. Michael. Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out whether my in-laws would appreciate me. Should I be in there with my wife for Billy's funeral?
I think you should be. Michael. I truly do think you should be. Yeah. We'll be okay. We won't be happy that you're not here, but we'll be okay.
I can see you. I can see you doing the boogaloo right now.
yeah, putting the system on automation.
Waiting for Ralph Cooper to come in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on, but send a shout out to Miss Marilyn and Don Sam, but my special friend, and K2A, they have some special people in there for Mrs. Marilyn, and Don Sam, and he loves his wife too. Stand by your man, and it's vice versa in life. Because we're done for the other. They do for the other. Okay,
yeah.
So
and you must forgive me. I thought you said sexual first, but you said special.
hey, stop. That's a man thing, okay?
Oh, okay.
Love you, Jack. Give her a hug for me, okay? And appreciate life and don't take it for granted.
Yeah, all right, because I thought you were doing one of the Marvin Gaye things.
Okay, now. I haven't reached that one yet, but guess what? That was something back in the day that I was scared of, Stop Y'all.
What? Sexual healing?
Yeah, no, that was done. That was Marvin Gaye, but
yeah.
No, the other one is that Marvin C. Marvin C. They taught me something, but I didn't understand it. Yeah, I have to ask Don Sam about that one.
The name of Marvin C's song?
The Candy Liquor. The Candy Liquor. That's what
yeah. Okay. Paris.
Moving right along. We thank you so much. Thank you so much, George. Yes.
All right. I was scared. I'm still scared today.
All right, buddy.
Love you.
All right. George is having a good time. Seems like he went into Grandma's Sherry early. We got to stay away from that. That vanilla is not for drinking, boy. Hey, caller, you're on. Good morning. You're on with Michael Harris.
Good morning, and it's nice to speak to you all. And
hey.
I got a question, and I know Mr. Harris is high on spiritual. So I believe in God, but I had somebody young, about 2021, ask me a question about God, and I couldn't quite answer it. So I'm going to ask you. So the question was, if God is so great and can do the most anything, well, why haven't he brought people back from life? And why do he have some people be hurt where they, have bodily injuries and can't recuperate? And so that question was a little steep for me because I can't understand why don't he bring the dead back? He brought Jesus Christ, but he didn't bring him back the same body and form. He just brought him back spiritually. And so then that's why this guy's telling me, well, God cannot do the impossible, because if he could, for all of the great people he's taken and hurt, he would have restored them in the full capacity that they was before. So he don't think God can do the impossible. And the way he broke it down in that sense, I couldn't answer it. So could you have an explanation for that?
I have an answer for you, but I don't have an explanation for you.
Okay.
Because I was not, there at the creation. And he has not, sent me any, messages about this. The way I see this is that I don't believe that this world, this solar system, the universe, is something that is accidental. There had to be some sort of creation of this. Now, we are taught about God. Unfortunately, we often are taught about God by ungodly people, because they will tell you to love your fellow man, but will hate you because of the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, where you happen to live, which island, which continent you happen to live on, and so many other things. So we know that man is not perfect. And supposedly, as a Christian, I believe that Jesus was the only begotten Son of God. That is one of the things that you must believe in order to be characterized as a Christian. Am I 100% sure? No, not at all. Am I 100% sure? Because I know that people lie. And they tell stories and create things that empower them. But I do know that miraculous things have happened in my life, so I believe in miracles. But no, I don't have an explanation for this, and I don't think that any man can. We have great scientists, but they realize that there is no end, as far as we know, to the universe. Paris, do you think the universe ends at heaven? Do you think that might be where it actually would end?
No.
Or are there other universes?
I believe there are other worlds. It's infinite. So, I think there are worlds unexplored, and that's why we tend to go. That's why we tend to go to those places. We want to find out what's up there. It's what we're like a kid who's moved into a neighborhood, and we've lived on first one block, and then we get to know the city, and then we get older, we go to a state, and then we go to travel around the country, and then overseas, and then beyond that, there's space. So I think we're still in the stage of exploring our territory, our own territory here. Yeah.
Well, hearing the answer, this is what I'm making out of it. Like when he says that everybody says God can do the impossible, but then it's still a belief. I mean, although we never saw it yet, that he brought the dead back, somebody's been dead, and there's still belief to that. That's what I'm gathering from your answer. God is still a belief, so don't give up on it. Keep hope alive that he can do that.
Yeah.
Hey, he might do it.
Yeah.
But that's a good answer, and that's an explanation that I'm going to give him.
Well, and guess what? We're all entitled to our beliefs. What we're not entitled to is to using our beliefs to do damage, to hurt and abuse and enslave, kill, other people. We have to respect the rights and the lives of others, whether you like them or not. And unfortunately, we are in a world now where you're judged by so many things. I'm one of those brothers who has nappy hair. In fact, I used to think about cutting my hair so I could put him in my BB gun.
Dang!
So, when it was real short, it was like I had little BBs up there. And of course, the men, the guys who had the curly hair, the straight hair, they were always considered so pretty and all that sort of stuff. And you know what I would say to myself? I may think she's pretty, but she may have a pretty face, but she got a messed up mind. Because there's a lot more to a man than the texture of his hair. So yeah, I got my BB shots. I got my dark lips. I got my big nose. But I got a whole lot more to go with it. And if you don't like it, that's all right. I'll find somebody who will, and I did. And I'm just as happy as I can be that you can take your cell phone somewhere else.
Of course, an enterprising woman, and a woman who wanted to be an entrepreneur could always say, "Save, Mike. I know what we can do. We can cut these off and put them in a little bag and sell them down at the hardware store for guns, for BBs."
No, but you know, but the same thing happens when you get to be like an ugly boy, a big ugly boy. But when he gets to be a football star or a basketball star or a baseball star, guess what? All of a sudden he gets pretty. All the women want him. They want them dollar bills. $100,000 bills, $1,000,000. And they'll even have their ugly babies. They won't. I'll probably take it off some women now, but men do the same thing.
He used to call me BB shot. Class, he's playing the dozens, man. Man, go call them BB shots out your head.
Boy.
You never call your hair and bust.
Boy.
And I said, what did Roy Orbison say? Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet. And then once he finished taking all your money, then you'll be saying, God, I wish I'd never met that heifer.
Yeah.
You're right on that, man. Money changes the whole thing. When they know you guys, if they don't know, then that's how you find out. Man, these people are playing me.
You don't see that, but see, that's a problem that parents and I never had. We knew when they were coming after us, they were looking for something else.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I stay good, but I don't want to know what I got.
That's funny, man.
You know it can help.
Yeah. Well, you want to be loved for your intellect, for your personality.
They're not people all out the world.
A beautiful mind can make a person that is classified as ugly beautiful. A beautiful soul, man, to have a good man, to have a good woman, it's invaluable. You can't put a price on it.
But they do have good people out there. I'm saying all that. It's like my wife wasn't like that's why I married. She wasn't like it. I'm pretty sure your wife was the same way. When you saw she wasn't that type of woman, you knew to marry her.
Well, Roy Orbison had a song entitled Pretty Woman. Walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet. Pretty woman. And I tell you what, I married what I thought was a pretty woman. And I found out I was pretty wrong. And, Yvonne is the antithesis of what I was brought up to think was beautiful. She's dark. She's not thin. She's not fat. She's fine. Now she's gotten older. She's not as fine as she used to be, but she's still fine enough for me. And she has big eyes, but she has the biggest heart. And she loves me. That's what's really important in finding someone. Somebody who really, truly loves you and that you love. All that other stuff, she can become pretty to you. Even if she's not physically pretty, you love her morals, her standards, her hard work, her dedication, her mothering, her qualities, her wifely qualities. We get hung up on pretty faces and big booties and big breasts and all that sort of stuff, and that's why we end up being busted. I want everything, Eddie.
I married somebody who I like for just liking seeing them and not for what they had. You see, but women, many women don't marry for that reason, and that's why they be cheating on their husbands, because they married for their pockets, but their emotions keeps them away from the guys they really truly like. And so then when they see an opportunity, they go after it because they think they got it on. And they don't, because they didn't choose the person, even though that man might have been a poor man at the time, she really liked him. If she would have went with him, she probably would have been the thing that would have made him be rich. Because that's what they all be looking for, at least most of them, not all, because some women got it all already. You see, and that's what you don't know. So that's why I just prefer pick the woman that you like from your heart and watch her and make sure that she's feeling that same feel. Because otherwise you're going to be heartbroken.
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
And when they get you down there at that courthouse, you might as well just kiss and say goodbye, because everything that you have. Been there, done that.
Yes, that's funny.
I want it all, Michael.
Yeah.
I want it all.
It's 19 minutes before the hour of 1. Hello, caller. You're on.
All right, Brother Perry.
Big Jeff.
Big Mike.
Big Jeff, Mike. Big Jeff.
All right.
What's up, big fella?
How y'all gentlemen doing? Hey, man. Hey, good to hear your voice back on the radio, baby. Yes, sir.
Well, hey.
Good to hear your voice. Hey.
Well, it's good to be back, but I'm still crazy, so y'all got to pray for me.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't have it no other way, Mike. Hey, Mike, but I just want to know, man, who is this man call you every day, man, talking about he love him some Mr. Yvonne. Who is that guy, man?
Oh, man.
He loves him some Mr. Yvonne. I noticed that every time he talks to you, man. I lose out.
Now, if you saw Miss Yvonne when Miss Yvonne was younger and not sick, Yvonne, she made thunder roll, lightning flash. And when I met her, I had to make that dash. I had to go.
Oh, she was smart one too, man. School teacher all them years.
Yeah.
And you had the best of both worlds, man.
Yeah, no, Yvonne is a beautiful person. I thank God for her each and every day. This is Tidbit. Tidbit also happens to be a female. And you see how she's fussing at me like I don't get fussed at enough.
All them women fussing at you over there. They got the dog fussing at you too. I mean, here, brother. Lee, man. Yeah. But what I want to talk to you all about, man, Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. I just
want to talk about the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, man, and the Dred Scott decision. After emancipation is when the African American black man and woman got their freedom in this country. And our freedom was ratified. I mean, it was signed off on. It's a legal document. Now, this Dred Scott decision, that voided out the Dred Scott decision. So I don't want these people walking around here thinking they don't have to respect a black man, what a black man saying, this, that, and the other. That was under the Dred Scott decision, which was voided under the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, which gave us all our rights, voters' rights, and every other right as a citizen.
Yeah, Yeah, but you got to remember something.
Put out in the airways.
Well, they have a lot of laws that are supposed to protect us, but they don't, because you have immoral or hateful, evil people in positions of power, and they ignore the law. And they discriminate against us. They deny us. They lock us up, frame us on stuff. So it's one thing for it to be on paper. It's another thing for people to do it. Don't forget, when we get married, don't we say, until death do we part? And then I said, well, to the death of my love for you, I got to go. Bye. So it wasn't my physical death. It was by the death of my love. You killed that. You murdered it.
Yeah, man. And I just want to say, Mike, condolences to you and your family on the loss of your sister, man. I know you used to talk to her on the phone when y'all was on Alameda. You know, y'all was real tight, real close. So
yes, she was my only sister.
Condolences on that.
Well, you know, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And I never thought I would lose my sister and my brother and all of my mother. There were 15 children born to Lunacy and JB. And all of them are gone, so are Lunacy and JB and all of their brothers and sisters as well. So, believe it or not, I am one of the elders now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing. God got you around here for a reason, man. You know that?
Yeah,
God got you around here. He got some more work for you to do. He got some more work for you to do. And that's why you're here. Mm-hmm.
Well, I take pride in being able to, I don't know how long it's going to last, to be here to take care of Yvonne.
Exactly.
He's just fussing at me right now.
Yeah. I'll talk to you a little later, Mike.
See how bad life is? Even your dogs talk to you, man.
All right, Jeff. All right. Tidbit is not having it, man. Tidbit is unhappy. 13 minutes before the hour of 1 o'clock, man. Are you stepping on that dog's foot? What's going on over here? Oh, you're on my paw. You on my paw. I hear Vaughn. God love her. Yes, indeed. Hey, Michael, you got another caller. Caller, you're on with the Top Jock.
Hey, Top Jock.
What's up, Bobby Ray?
Michael, I didn't know you was a relationship expert, but hey, man, all you DJs think y'all smart though. Somebody said one DJ say beauty is only skin deep. So and then another one said, if you want to be happy the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. You remember that?
Yeah,
yes, I do.
Jimmy Soul.
The thing is, Michael, as you know, it's about value. And so, what do you put value in? Somebody said, one man's junk is another man's treasure. So I don't know, man. So whatever you just say, I want yours to be mine. What do you mean by that?
Well,
we say,
Bobby Ray.
Yes, sir.
But there has to be something that brings about the attraction. If she was speaking somewhere and she was erudite, that's one thing. But when you see somebody and you're going solely on vision or on what they do, then looks may or may not be important. If it's a real smart woman, I love intelligent people. That's why I like Paris Eley. Paris ain't pretty, but he's damn smart. Ain't it right, Paris?
I don't know if you think so, but if you think so, you might want to have your own test. You might want to have your own test done if you think I'm smart. I'm telling you.
Well, you're one of the best read people. You know how to keep your papers in front of you. I try to remember stuff and then be forgetting what I'm talking about.
now we're even because I forget where I put my paper.
So, Michael, what we have to understand is where are you in the journey from the beginning, the middle, or the end? So wherever you at, you got to wherever you at, you got to value that. So we used to tell parents, Jody got your girl and gone. How you?
Yeah.
So you can deal with that. Deal with that when you get back there. And then Mark, here come Mom get you. And don't you know we heard it through the grapevine? But get what though? One thing all of us know: when a woman's fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay, I love you, man.
Yeah, you can run. Try to get away before she gets you in divorce court. Because what if they used to say, I won't have Eddie. Now I want everything. Man, these football players and basketball players, them pretty women be coming at them, baseball players, and those guys don't know. They just walking the dog.
Boy, oh boy.
And that dog gonna bite them. They go eat them up, rah, rah, rah. Man, you don't know how many of these guys get their clocks cleaned by these women. There's something.
Yeah, well, they keep account. They keep account on it down at the domestic court, don't they?
Yes, they do. Now you look like Peter Frog, and she looks like who's a real pretty black woman? Diana Yvonne.
They smart man. I'm telling you, that's what makes you the whiz that you is.
Yeah, and you be thinking she likes you because you handsome. All right, Bobby Ray. See, I've been there, done that. Okay. Okay, is anybody up next? Ralph Cooper should be sticking his bald head in there anytime. Does Ralph have hair now, or is he bald headed?
Yeah, no, Ralph is still bald. I got some.
I thought handsome.
Oh yeah, certainly his mirror told him that this morning. Otherwise, he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't be there.
Yes, indeed. But in another caller, all serious.
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
No other caller. No.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm here to talk.
Well, I wanted to ask if you got some thoughts, that's good. I was just going to ask you about the Medicaid stuff that we were talking about, but I'd rather hear what you got on your mind.
Oh no, I was just thinking about the stuff that's going on in the world today. That's all.
Oh, okay.
They were talking about Francis Chris Welsing, I think, and right now I'm having one of those senior moments. I got to get me this. Man, isn't it amazing that they have come out with all kinds of honey things and this, that, and the other that's supposed to. Not everybody's doing the honey thing. Before it was these pills and this, that, and the other. Do these people not have any? What would you call it? Any heart? If
they got bills, so they gonna keep that money coming in. That's it. Yeah. They are.
And selling us. I don't want to say it's false hope, but you hear so many of them. How many of them can you try?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't even. I don't. I guess when you get to be in our age category, though, we're kind of fortunate because if you're paying attention, then we'll say, Okay, give it another 2 years. That'll be gone too. You know what I'm saying? It's there's always another generation coming behind who's willing to try something. I do have a caller now for you though, if you want to take it.
I would like to get all of my memory back.
Yeah.
Because something tells me I have some money that I've hidden somewhere, and I just can't remember where it is.
Well, you know what? To go to unclaimed property, and maybe something there will jar your mind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You might. I found money that way twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did. One was an insurance thing that somebody had. Actually, you know what it was? It was a policy that my mom and dad had, and now remember they died in the 60s. All right, I'm sorry, 50s and the 60s, but it was wound up being like $100. I don't even think I even got that one. But then I found another from something that the state owed me money for in North Carolina of all places, and I found it in a place called Kings of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Kings of Prussia, can you imagine? So I checked on it, found out it was the real thing, and I think it was $1,800 or so back. Yeah, sure did.
Well, I bought a $150,000 policy a few years back, and for the world of me, I cannot remember the name of the insurance company.
Well, you should, man. When you hang up with me, as a matter of fact, don't hang up. You can. I'll hang on. I'll hang on while you go to unclaimed freight. What state did you make it in? Is it Texas?
Yeah, I have never lived anywhere but Texas.
Okay, so the company though could be somewhere else. You can search state by state, man.
Okay, I've got to find that policy because at 74, I may be out the door before I know her. And I don't want to pay for this thing all these years. No,
that's a real thing, man. They are bound by law to put that money aside and advertise that they've got it. As a matter of fact, I heard from a savings and loan company. I put some money in there for them. And I hadn't, I paid, and then I stopped, and I decided I just lost track of it. And they said, before we send this back, we send this back, and you have to go to the state, we need you to come by and get it. Yeah, sure did.
Okay,
yeah.
So they just can't take my money and say, well, he never came and got it. So
I'll bet some of them do, but I was surprised. The things that I'm talking about, I'm telling you, it was a decade or more in between the transactions I'm talking about. And in one case, like 30, 40 years. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that...
Well, I don't have to worry about no 30 or 40 years.
But see, when you don't know it's there, you don't know it's there. Hello, caller. You're on with the top jock.
Hello, Paris and Mike. How y'all doing?
Hey, man. Hey, what's happening, Paul?
Hey, look here, man. Y'all giving me hope. And I bought a lot of policies around the Walters Lounge and Red Rooster and all that. Yeah, so y'all giving me hope, man. How y'all doing?
All right. It depends upon what time of night it was and what you bought.
What's that? If it's after hours, it's gone. Huh?
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just calling in to say I'm just grateful to hear y'all on the radio, man. I know Mike been off a while. I talked to him, and he was telling me he had this hour, and I finally got in. So I'm just saying hello to y'all, and I just enjoy hearing y'all on the radio. Y'all crack me up.
Thank you, man.
Is
this Pretty Willie?
So anyway,
Mr. Pretty Willie.
Hey, yeah. I don't know about all that, but this is Willie. This is what anyway.
Yeah.
I just told you about some of the miles, so we got a lot of miles.
That's good.
But anyway. Paris and Mike, is really good to hear y'all, man. I tell you,
we appreciate it.
Hear y'all on the radio.
Thank you.
So I'm not gonna hold it up. I know it's time is well spent.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Paris, I don't understand.
What's that, buddy?
Now you and I are just average looking dudes.
Yeah.
This guy was
No,
playing,
look out now.
playing tennis in high school and stuff, winning state tournaments.
Oh, I love
and
it.
he was,
I love it.
he's an athlete. And he's a good looking man. The women all love Pretty Willie. But he's a deacon in the church.
Yeah.
So you don't let him, get to him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just giving him the credit for being Pretty Willie.
I just have to pray for him.
Yeah, well, see, he's read about the good ones and the Jezebels, so he knows about all of them. Yeah. He knows about all of them.
Ralph.
Michael.
He saw that one when I had to have. No, I know Michael. But I'm telling Paris, you saw that one when I had the big afro, and so right now I don't have. So I don't know what I've got to cut off like Samson or what. But anyway, you brothers, it's just good to hear y'all, man. So y'all have a wonderful day. And Michael, we'll talk later.
Okay. Samson, I love it.
All right.
Samson, Michael. Oh, man. That's it. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to a closure. That's going to bring us to Mr. Cooper's time here. And so,
Does
we
Mr.
don't
Cooper
have
any hair now? Has he still wear that wig?
No, he's still. Oh, there he is. He even.
got 40 seconds.
He
got 40 seconds.
Okay, he said you got 40 seconds, man. He said you got 40 seconds.
Nobody holding
it? No, nobody's holding it. Nobody's holding.
Big Red and what's his name, Lester, and all them kind of people. You don't have nobody holding the what's the name? Cup of tea.
No,
Huh? Players like Lester have a lot of things they have to do rather than just call in and talk to people like me.
Yeah, I bet. Player,
Yeah.
Whatever you say, Michael. Whatever you want to say.
You remember Lester the molester?
Yeah, but Lester the molested. Think about it. You think. But Michael,
yes, sir.
Man, we're in such a great place, and I miss Johnny Trump. I really miss Johnny Trump. He would probably be enlisted by now. He'd be over in be on a ship.
Headed to the Virgin Gulf.
Yeah, he'd already be over there. He'd be on the ship representing Mr. Trump. Johnny Trump.
Yeah, I know. Old Johnny.
Yeah, I miss him, and I remember, even one time when George said, "Wait, man, where y'all get that guy from?" I said, "Ask Michael. Michael found Johnny." He said he's a good person, though.
Yeah, he did a lot of work for George.
Oh, he did a lot of. Hey, man, he came in my neighborhood. He came in my neighborhood and did enough work for four families before I could get out of the shower.
Whoa!
And people didn't want him to leave because he did so much work, quick, and efficient, I need to add that word. He didn't just come in and do anything. I mean, not do anything. He did it on a high level. Wow. Yeah, Johnny Trump. Yeah, that was. When I think of Johnny Trump, I think of Larry Patrick.
Oh yeah.
They work hard, hard workers. I hope Larry Patrick understands what I'm saying. Johnny Trump, Larry Patrick, they're hard workers.
Yeah.
It's a dying breed, Michael.
Is Larry still a constable?
He'll always be a constable.
Oh yeah.
Just like Smokey Phillips. Or like Smokey Phillips. Smokey Phillips used to do the funerals on Saturday on a motorcycle, and now he's a constable.
Yeah, last time I saw him was at Cisco. What is this? Cisco? Good Lord, and he's my cousin. That's sad, ain't it?
That means you're related to Reverend Phillips.
Yeah, but Cicero Morris's funeral.
Right.
Okay. You know Cicero.
Hell yeah, who didn't know Cicero? I remember Cicero. Cicero from the club business. Man, lady say, I don't need to talk
Did you
to
know Bill Solomon?
Yes.
So how do you know all these people from up in East Texas, Ralph?
I'm from, what's the difference between East Texas and Central Texas, Michael? And when you go up...
about 100 miles.
And you go up... I did a lot of... in the younger period of time, I would travel up there and watch George work out and stuff. Marshall. Yeah, Tenney Hall, okay. Marshall, Tipson, all those places, Henderson and all those places. You know.
Well, you didn't mention the main place, man. You didn't mention Shady Grove Garrett and then Carthage, okay?
Well, the Negroes there were not friendly to me. I said just what I said. The Negroes there.
Do you know how many Martellis live in Carthage now, man?
How many?
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah, well, I said that they were not, they were not really friendly to me. I resided there most of the time at the Holiday Inn in Marshall. It was a Holiday Inn in Marshall, right there on 20. On 20?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you know how they are about you city slickers coming in there trying to talk to their women, Ralph. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, you could.
They might never see you again.
That works both ways. You can come into a little town like that.